What's going on, Bottom Line viewers? It's Dylan, it's Mitch, it's Kevo, it's your boys from the Bottom Line View. We're back for another review of Monday Night Raw, the go-home show to SummerSlam, August 14th, 2017. If you guys enjoy these reviews, these recaps of Monday Night Raw, of course, smash, Gronk spike the like button. That's a shout out to our producer, our former producer. Comment below your thoughts on this episode of Raw. Subscribe to the Bottom Line View. And yeah, guys, how you doing today? Kevo, how you doing today?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Back from acting. I was acting last week. I was in theater. I was culturing you all, and while you were Monday Night Raw. So
I can't wait to see the premiere jubilation. I hope I get front row Vancouver tickets. I'm going there. Yeah. Fuck community college. I'm going there first. Mitch, how you doing today?
I hope your acting's better than Emma's.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Bro, sandpaper.
Emma is definitely cuter than I am.
Well, we'll give her that. We'll give her that.
We'll give her that.
It's close, Kev. Though it's close.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm doing good. We're ready to do this. We're ready to review Raw and this weekend SummerSlam. So one of the biggest shows of the year. We'll have a review for that show as well. You guys, I think, are all on it too, right? Yeah.
I'm really trying to get off for that day. Really, I'm pressuring them to get off, but I'm gonna be there.
And I'm aiming to do a preview. If you guys want to join me in the preview, we could do a preview together, or I could just do a preview by myself whenever. Probably be out, Wednesday or Thursday, a couple days before the event.
Which I understand is when I understand the pre-show is starting on Wednesday, so that's good. So it's a 5-day.
Oh yeah, 5-day event, a total of 27 hours of television that you need to watch. So
yeah.
Oh god. 20. I don't even know. I can't even describe how much content that is. We can't even provide that, unfortunately. But yeah, let's get to some comments. We've already got some comments in the chat already. Katana loves to chat before we get in here. Says, my thought on the show. Interesting. The show structure was all over the place. Of course it has. I hate that they didn't build up the main event throughout the show. Oh, we'll get into that. And I'm glad to see the MVP Elias back on television. However, it's blasphemous that they didn't have him on the SummerSlam card. True. He also said something else I hate about this SummerSlam come early tonight. What is the motivation to watch Bray versus Finn and Neville versus Akira again at the pay-per-view? It's a good question. Crypto also in the chat. He says, We'll get to that. He said, I was out with friends tonight and visited one of their houses, and their father was watching Balor versus Wyatt. I was too embarrassed to admit I watch it. Perfectly sums up this point, in my opinion. He says, not that I can say it was a bad show.
Okay, first off, can I stop you there? I am shocked that Chris has a friend that has a father that watches wrestling.
I thought you were going to say you're shocked he has a friend.
I was glad that you continued that sentence because I was going to cry for Chris at that point.
It was like a good 3-second break. He has a friend.
He's a friend. I'm just shocked that Chris has a friend.
Who? No, yeah, I mean that's.
Wait, did you guys? Did I lag out?
You did.
No, I just he brayed for like 2 seconds, and
you paused for 2 seconds there.
And then did I complete my thought?
Yeah, you complete.
Okay.
Just as the way it was funny. He also says, "Oh, and hashtag fuck Adam." I'm sorry, bro. Big Brother podcast isn't coming back. I always feel bad for Crypto in general because he's the one person on this channel that really loved that. But stay tuned for more WWE The Shield content. I'm gonna do a Rick and Morty thing. That's a whole different scenario. But
I'm gonna pitch an idea for you after.
Ooh, I like that.
Because there is a show coming out this weekend that we must review.
Ooh.
I think I know what Kev's talking about.
I don't know either, but I like it.
No, I know what he's talking about. We'll get to that at the end. Can we just because tonight's a busy night on the Bottom Line View. We still got to get to the road to WrestleMania in GM mode. We're building up the greatest WrestleMania match that never happened. Daivari Vito main event of WrestleMania. Vito beat Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble to make it. He's the ultimate underdog versus the multi-time champion. It's a great event. Let's get to this crap show though.
That was the cheapest of cheap plugs, but I loved it. And I will get no sleep before I go get my first tattoo tomorrow. Let's go and get into
first tattoo. Okay, we need to talk about that in the after show. If anyone caught last week's show, we had a quick after show that was approximately 6 to 8 minutes long, and we talked about things that we didn't even intend to be on the review.
Hey, that might I start the podcast tonight, or the broadcast tonight, so maybe. But yeah, let's get into the show. So first off, we got an incredibly good video package. For as much shit as we give this company, me and Mitch have said this multiple times, they do a really good job at making video packages. So they built up the fact that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, they've been dick teasing this feud for the last couple of weeks of the Shield reuniting, or 2/3 of it reuniting, with the many turns, the many false finishes with Sheamus and Cesaro. Last week when Dean Ambrose stuck out his hand and Seth Rollins didn't. So we're going to get the answer to that tonight. Dean Ambrose makes his way to the ring first. He says, we're going to cut down to the chase. Seth, get out here. Seth gets in the ring. Dean says he's tired of these games, and Rollins turns on his back, with all these crazy scenarios, pointing out all the inconsistencies in the way that Ambrose has behaved lately, including lying about not being able to trust him. That's what Rollins is saying. Rollins says he knows Dean cares just even slightly about him and Dean teaming up once again. So he's wanting to let bygones be bygones, and he offers the fist bump. And Ambrose waits for a minute. He sells it. He's like thinking about it, and he's like, "Are you freaking kidding me? You went out there, had the opportunity to do the fisting." That doesn't sound right, but I'm just putting that out there. You had the opportunity to do so, and you didn't do it last week. So why should you do it again? You messed with my emotions. And Seth says, I can understand that because I can't even trust myself sometimes. I have some weird ideas. Maybe it was just all a stupid idea, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe their differences are why they work so good together back in the day, and that nobody can touch them if they run this tag team division. But again, they keep playing these games, and then Dean Ambrose puts out his hand because he finally trusts him, and Seth doesn't give it to him. It was all a clusterfuck at the beginning. I wasn't really understanding what was going on, but Seth Rollins tries to walk out. Dean's pissed, like, bro, I just tried to give you the hand, try to give you the fist. And then they start having a brotherly fight as described by Booker T and the commentators. And then they throw each other to the outside, and then Sheamus and Cesaro come out because they're involved in this feud. They try to beat the other two guys up. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, they team up together to get off the tag team champions. And then finally, we get the big reveal of them two finally combining their hands together, the fist. So now the Shield is back, and then Kurt Angle comes out and announces at SummerSlam we're going to get a tag team championship match between Sheamus and Cesaro and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I was liking the interaction between the two. I wasn't liking the big dick teasing between the two, though. I'm just like, oh, are you going to fist me or what? And I'm making that as sexual as possible. But, like, come on, man. Like, it was a little bit annoying, but I did like the payoff of them actually getting the two fists together and being the bros. And they're gonna be in this tag team championship match. So other than the fact that it was just a little prolonged, I thought this was a pretty good opening segment. And it's one of the hotter things going on for Monday Night Raw right now. Like, the crowd was really reacting to it, which is a huge positive for the show. So, guys, what did you think about this opening segment?
Okay, so I think the number one thing I could say, and also tweeted by Vince Russo, and this is a theme throughout the entire night, what a difference that a hot crowd makes, because every segment that we saw tonight was basically a lot better because of the crowd. I thought the crowd in Boston was really good, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Patriots fan. I'm saying that because I thought the crowd was good for pretty much the entire night, except for the things that you would expect them not to be hot for. In the opening segment, I thought that there were a couple parts that really, really annoyed me, like the constant teasing, and it like to the point where there's a point where you can tease it, and it's like it works. But then there's another point where it just pisses the fan off, and it makes no logical sense. Like last week, they teased, and it made no sense that Rollins rejected it, because he was the one that was literally like on his hands and knees begging Dean Ambrose to get back together, the couple. And then this week, they do the same thing, except and then both of them go back and forth. They go back and forth, back and forth. One of them wants to get back together. Then the other one doesn't want to get back together. Then the other one, I'm like, bro, just stop. Just rather get back together. Like it's like a high school couple or some shit. Get back together, or Dean Ambrose turn. Like something happened because it just, like Dylan said, it prolonged for too long. It went on too long, and it was just to the point where I was like, stop. Like, just do it, okay? I was like, Nike, or what's that guy from Transformers?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Just do it, all right? So then the other part that made me angry, not angry, but kind of rattled, was that brawl they had. It was really disgustingly awful looking. Like, they were like
well, it was like a brotherly fight, I guess, which is not really supposed to be.
They were like, I don't know. I'm not a wrestler, so I can't really critique that, but it did not look pretty to my eye. I don't know. It just didn't look like they knew how to brawl at all. But the rest of it I liked. I liked the crowd response. I liked the ending. And I just liked how these two guys this was the best segment that Ambrose has had in like
fucking forever.
a long time. Rollins I thought was good. I just think the way that it was written kind of made probably some fans at home a little angry. This was a great segment for the people in the audience, for sure. Yeah. The people at home probably didn't feel the same way like we did. And the last point I'd like to say is, you know, I just hope that this turns into something. It doesn't just have them being a tag team. Hopefully, rather in the long run, they team up with Reigns again, or Ambrose turns. Something of significance happens. Because I don't know like how long it would last if Rollins and Ambrose are just teamed up together and they're a tag team. Like, I don't know how significant that would be. I had one more thing to say, but I'll let Kev go and I'll try and remember. Go ahead.
This was okay. I haven't been the hugest fan of these guys. I really do feel like the way Dylan described it is somewhat accurate in that it feels like this high school couple, and I just am like, ugh. They fought. Then Sheamus and Cesaro came out, and everything was better. And then they did the fist thing, and then they're not doing the fist thing. And then, to me, the only two ways that this has to go is either Dean does the turn on Seth, or the Shield reunites completely. And we'll get to that, I guess, a little bit later on. But I'm not. I don't know. It's not. I think the crowd is loving this a lot more than I am. I'm kind of like, I'm like Mitch. Decide what you're going to do. But I really feel like the thing is Sheamus is going to do a movie, but I feel like the way that this is set up, the way I see it, Dean is turning on Seth. That's how I see it, because they did the fist bump tonight. I might have, if you're going to reunite, I would think you would have waited. But I guess
they had to set up a tag team match, though.
Mm-hmm. You could have done it without them fist pumping. Kurt Angle could have said, "Screw it, you're forcing them together."
That you could have done that. But like at the same time, Kev, did you not have some like part of you? Because some part of me, the way that the fans were reacting to the segment, I almost fell into the like hole of where I was starting to cheer it on at the same time, even through all the bull crap that was happening in the segment. I was still like, yeah, this is kind of cool because I used to like the Shield. You know, I was still like a fan in that moment, and I wasn't like ripping it apart.
I just feel like still something is missing, but I understand why the crowd is into it, because they're big fans of these guys. And
were they nerds tonight? Were they the nerd crowd?
No, this was the Toronto crowd was being a nerd bastard last week.
They were.
They really were. But this week I felt like the Boston crowd have always actually, whenever they're in Boston, it's one of my favorite crowds, to be honest with you. They cheer appropriately. They cheer appropriately.
The Toronto crowd in Raw was good, but SmackDown I didn't like.
It was a bit confusing because of KO and Jinder and all that. Although KO was good, but anyway, I don't know. I'm not feeling it because I know that there's another step to the story, and I'm waiting for what the next shoe is dropping. Because it's not the Ambrose Rollins thing is the final part of the story. Is it the turn, or are we getting everybody back together?
This is the one thing I forgot to say. I think I would have liked this more if they would have had during the show the thread throughout the show from like start and then the end of or like near the end of the show. They could have had like them like team together. Like they could have done something throughout the show and not just in one segment and dragged it on for an entire segment. I think I would have liked it better if it went throughout the entire show. And the last thing is, I think they should have played the Shield music at the end when they did the fist bump.
Ooh, now that would have
that's Roman Reigns music, though, isn't it?
But the Shield music's a little bit slower, I believe.
Echo, BMO, Bill.
Oh no, it's a little bit faster. Yeah. Reigns is slower.
Or you could have teased when the big four brawl at the end. You could have had Ambrose and Rollins just step out into the crowd on the ramp, or have them backstage watching, and you could have teased and wondered what was going on.
Yeah, like we had no tease of Reigns or anything, so it kind of makes you believe that that's not really happening.
But then if you're teaming Ambrose and Rollins without Reigns, I don't feel that that's a reunion.
Yeah, me neither.
No,
and they haven't even brought it up either.
Yeah.
Like they haven't had Ambrose talk to Reigns once. They haven't had Rollins talk to Reigns once about this. Everybody knows, like Reigns would know that they have these issues. He's watching the show, you know.
Well, what I will say is a positive though is that they're getting huge crowd reactions, and they're getting us to care about two people that were stuck in irrelevancy about a month ago. So
I'm not convinced Ambrose is relevant. I'm convinced that the Shield idea is relevant. I'm not convinced Ambrose is relevant in any way.
I can't deny, as much as the guy I think sucked assholes, I think he came out tonight and he had one of the biggest pops in his entrance.
The people. I feel like this is the best comparison for Kevo. He's not really
no, I don't really feel like it.
He's not really feeling it in this segment. I don't know.
I'm SpongeBob about this. Yes.
SpongeBob. But yeah, overall, SpongeBob. We're gonna make multiple references to SpongeBob if he brings it up. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a decent first segment. Actually, I thought it was pretty good for the most part. Minus the complete dick teasing of let's just get over with. Like you guys, just go ahead and have your bedroom. Like we know what's going on, kind of thing. But
I just think if you're gonna, and this is we're gonna get into this again. But I feel like I just hate that this is, although they've built it in longer segments before that, but we only had these guys on once, and
that was a big problem. I hated that.
And I kind of understood what they were trying to do tonight, but yeah.
They did that with multiple segments that should have had more than one segment. It really teased me. Let's get to some comments here. Chauncey with the hashtag beat up Adam. Man, they really hate Adam for some reason. Katana says the Shield isn't back until Reigns is in the fold. So like you guys said, it's not really a reunion until Reigns comes back in. Crypto says, I want Dean to do the classic Shield promos where he picks up the camera off the ground, like when they did the backstage segments. Those were awesome. Chauncey brings up the fact next Monday, John Cena on Raw. Now, that could be interesting. I mean, they've been doing this free agent thing with John Cena.
And they've been having tweets with Cena and Reigns, too. And Nikki, even.
Right, so that could be interesting. They're going to have a match with Jinder tomorrow. I hope John doesn't actually beat Jinder tomorrow, but we'll see. Should be interesting. I could see him on Raw.
One more last point about this Shield thing. I think a lot of people are excited about it, like not only because they used to like the Shield, but it's a genuine it's a progression for two guys they like, Ambrose and Rollins, but also it's an actual character and a gimmick that they like on the show that people can cheer for. And I feel like people are just hoping for something good, on the show. So I think like the ways of the past, the thoughts of the past, and the memories of the Shield has people excited, I think.
As a unit, they were strong together, and maybe we're split up a little bit too early. Who knows? That's maybe a debate for another time.
Well, and you know how many times they've done this tease before, so I think they feel like they did it too early, but that's just my opinion. Katana says, decent opening segment. I agree with Mitch. The teasing went too long. T. Clark, we haven't seen this man in chat forever. He's here. He's been asking what's interesting with the WWE. The answer to that is there anything? There's been a couple things that have been all right. The main event scene's good. The main event
That's
seems
how long you've been out.
I think. Well, okay. So Katana said Elias, and then T Clark said who. So I'm guessing it's been a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess it's been a couple months. Main event scene's been good. That's about it. There's been a couple of other good scenes.
Well, Roman and Braun has been good.
Yeah, there's been a couple other decent feuds here. Let's see. WWE Boy says, I hope the Shield actually reunites and WWE doesn't bullshit with us.
Well, here's the question that I have.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to reunite them, are they faces or heels?
They've got to be faces. So fans react too much to them.
Yeah. I would like them to be heels, but I don't think it will happen.
I don't think it would work. With the fan reaction.
I'll throw a scenario at you later where it could.
Unless they push the Roman Reigns as the best card, then they could do it.
This is our yard, not my yard. Not 5 stars. Arian's in the chat says, hey, Mitch, I guess not our opinions count for me and Kev. Was this Raw good? I kind of quit wrestling at this point.
Stay tuned to the end of the review when I give my rating.
Exactly.
Now that's
and by the way, Arian, we will give our ratings too, and you will like it.
Yes.
And finally, Sid Henry with...
He's an actor, goddammit.
He's the actor.
I'm acting.
The preview of all previews there. And Sid Henry says, is the new Cruiserweight champion. Yeah, we'll talk about... I don't even know if we're going to talk about that. They got it gets over with the crowd.
And for our every segment tease, stay tuned tonight for GM mode as we play tonight live
to WrestleMania. We have like 5 weeks to do there. Shit, we're gonna be on for a while. So I did appreciate when they came back from break and they talked to us about Ric Flair, who is in. Had a successful.
Oh, I missed that. They did that.
Yeah, they did the commentators. He had successful surgery. He's still in a coma. Best of wishes to Ric Flair. Hopefully he recovers.
Kick out one more time.
Woo! The dirtiest player in the game. He's still got some tricks left up his sleeve. I like that. Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks. Raw Women's Championship #1 contenders match. Okay. I have good things to say about this and I have bad things to say about this. First off, I know they had themselves put in a corner when the injury with Bayley occurred. But this thing has happened at 2 consecutive Raw pay-per-views, where the week before we found the #1 contender. It's a little annoying. Second, Sasha Banks was the winner of both of those. And third, she's facing the same opponent. Alexa Bliss came out, and it was supposed to be like her sitting on a throne, but it felt like it was more of like a beach guard, lifeguard.
That was a lawn chair. What was that? I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, what are you sitting on exactly?
It was like one of those like lifeguard, like climb up things, like so you can look at everybody. But I think it was supposed to be like a throne. It didn't look like anything, though.
But I thought Charlotte was the queen.
Yeah, she's the queen, and now Alexa Bliss is the goddess. That beats everything.
So is she in relationship with Bray Wyatt? Is she Sister Abigail?
Oh, Abigail. That'd be great. Yeah, they're goddess and gods. Yeah.
I'll get to this god thing in a bit. No god just walks backstage for no reason.
Oh my Castanias. All right. So this match happens for the 1,000th time. Like so many times have we seen this match in almost the exact same stipulation too. We've seen it at least twice. But Sasha Banks won this match. I think the crowd was really over, of course, because it's Sasha Banks' hometown, so that was good. The crowd was into it, and Sasha Banks, of course, she beats Nia Jax every time. I don't think Nia has really gotten a clean victory over her at all. Maybe once, unlike a pre-show. But Sasha Banks wins with the bank statement, becomes the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship. And, of course, like Great Balls of Fire, we had no build-up to this feud. I understand they were in a corner this time around, but no build to this match, so I really don't care. Anybody have anything to say about this?
I care. I think that this actually will be a good match. I think this will be a better match than people think. I am glad it is not a triple threat because Nia needs to be nowhere near this scene. I'm glad Nia lost. No offense to Nia, but I think it's Sasha's time to win this belt. And I think Alexa and Sasha can have a legitimate feud for a little bit, and I think could carry to the next level here. So I'm actually kind of I think this match will be better than you think.
I think it's nonsensical to have a feud for the women's title that has no build-up, and you do the #1 contender match the week before. And we've seen this match 1,000 times. I think we've even seen Sasha Alexa.
We saw it at
recently
the last month.
Okay, there you go. I'm not really digging either one, to be honest, right now. I think they're both talented, but they don't give me anything on a week-to-week basis to really love. Nia Jax, you had a story set in place for her and Alexa Bliss, and it never came to fruition. It never was brought up. It was never put into a feud. So that's interesting. But it is what it is. I probably won't care for the match very much. And apparently people were saying that this was the match of the night. So there you
go. Okay. I didn't think that was...
No, I legitimately read that on Twitter.
Marks. Moving on. It wasn't... I like both of them, like Mitch said, but there's nothing to be excited about with them. There's nothing that gets me there. They're both good looking, but again, I don't really care about this feud. I did see them...
I think, you know what it is? I think because of what the rumor is coming up, I think I'm interested to see where this is going in the fall, because we have the potential rumor of horsewomen versus horsewomen. So I'm kind of intrigued what's coming next. I'm more interested about that.
I would like I would like the cross promotion. I'm actually going to bring up another cross promotion fact in the main event segment, but it should, if they do that.
And I think Alexa's getting better, and I think that I don't think this will be this is not going to steal the show, but it's going to be a really good 5 to 7 minute match that I don't think is going to necessarily hurt anybody. I actually think this is better. This will. Yeah, around there. Well, not that long. 5 to 7. I actually think this would be better than what Bayley would have provided.
Oh, absolutely. I think Bayley's so overrated.
And I've been a bigger fan of Bayley than both of you.
Yeah. Bayley stinks.
She's awful. The Toronto crowd didn't need a boo her last week because of the injury, but still, she's awful. Comments section. WWE Boy says, y'all need to make WWE lit. What are you trying to make it lit? I don't know. They never really... They never really answer us. Good question by Crypto here. If Dylan has Cesar and Mitch has Marky Mark, what does Kev have?
Actor
Kev.
Oh my god, that could be a great gimmick. We can every backstage interview, Kev could be giving actor lessons to Bayley. This is how you properly react.
Yeah, I have a few I could give. Yeah,
I need to see actor Kev in the Emma segment tonight. Yeah. Let's see a couple others. Of course, a lot of people wishing Ric Flair good. That's good. Katana says I zoned out during the women's match when I knew last week it was a triple threat that Sasha was going to win the #1 contendership for the women's championship. He lost interest, of course. Arian says, is it just me or is Nia Jax just burying the roster and not even getting chances? I don't know about that. I mean, I think they're trying to push her, but they're also not trying to push her. In one weird way, they want her to be dominant.
It's called 50-50 booking, and it sucks.
It
gets no one over at all.
It's so dumb, especially in this segment. And Mr. Mike 307. Let's sit down and talk for a second. You say Bayley is awesome. Give me one thing that is really good about her, and we'll talk. I hate on you. It's your opinion. I don't see anything in her. Kurt Angle watching backstage. He's so happy. He's like, man, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss. Man, that's gonna sell some tickets, right? He turns over and sees the Hardy Boys. He mentions that Scott Dawson's injury. They're gonna have to call their match off. It was apparently supposed to be a 3-man tag or whatever you call it. Matt Hardy talks about always having a delightful time at SummerSlam, and Miz Maurice and the Miztourage come up. Bo Dallas, man, this man looks ugly as shit, but he was funny as hell tonight. Angle points out that Curtis Axel's match against Jason Jordan is still going to happen tonight, considering it didn't happen last week. Miz yells at him for abusing his power and says that match is not going to happen because I'm going to wrestle him. Not really a chicken shit heel that we thought Miz was going to be, but whatever. Kurt's liking it, but another referee comes in all of a sudden when they're talking and is like, whoa, we got to settle this. Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, they're fighting in the back. So we go to commercial on that. What'd you think about this Miz promo? I thought it was okay. It led to the buildup of a later match.
I thought the Bo Dallas thing was hilarious. And that was the first time. Is that the first time that Bo Dallas dressed like that?
Yeah, it has to be. I've never seen him look like that.
Because that was hilarious. I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but it was just great.
He was like in a singlet with like a beard.
They need to do that more. Like Miz should think he is like the biggest. He thinks he's the biggest movie star in the world. So he should have people do things for him.
It was funny. It was funny.
Like they should have like the next episode. They should be having like, I don't know, Curtis Axel getting him sparkling water or some shit like that.
Basically, like what Damian Mizdow was doing. Basically.
Kind of, yeah.
I enjoyed this segment. I thought this was fun. Kurt Angle is a terrible father, though. This father, Mitch, I know your dad a little bit, but if your dad was the GM and you're facing a champion, would he not make this a championship match?
Yeah, he's not very biased. I guess Kurt Angle's trying to make his kid learn the hard way.
He's like, bro, I'm not giving you nepotism here. You better.
He's a tough love, tough dad.
This is tough love, apparently. Gosh. Yeah, we'll get to Jason Jordan a little bit later. And it's delightful to hear Matt Hardy be delightful as we still wait for what they're woken for. But whatever.
So freaking disappointing.
Can someone tell me what's going on with the Hardys?
I told you all.
They are back. I think they're going to backdoor this broken deal that they can get with GFW and make it a woken deal. So they're going to try to do the same thing, but use it as wokenness.
That's just brilliant. Brilliant.
I don't get GFW needing this gimmick because they're not going to give it to anybody else.
Because they're petty. Because they're petty. They obviously know that they're going to lose in every situation because they're not even close to a number one company. And they're like, bro, remember all those matches that they made for us? I mean, we're not going to let anybody else do that. Like, fuck them. Bullshit. It really is.
Yeah.
We get back from commercial, and Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor are fighting. They're just fighting backstage, beating the shit out of each other. And they keep fighting. A lot of people are trying to break it up. Kurt Angle's yelling at them. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're going to not have this match at SummerSlam. We're going to have it tonight. And I was like, what? What? Why? It made no sense. I like the beat up backstage. I know Mitch is going to have his opinion, but I really was like, why? Why? What is this SummerSlam go home early show? Like I was not a fan of that, but Kev, you got any opinions on this?
It wasn't necessary for them to do a pull apart for a feud that they have been promoting as a supernatural feud. And I'm like Mitch, and I don't understand why this god is walking backstage and why this god can't break through humans. This is a terrible god, Bray.
He's lost all his matches.
He should be able to make Finn Balor disappear. He should be able to strike lightning to Finn Balor. He should be able to snap his fingers and turn Finn Balor into the demon.
I thought you were going to say something completely different.
Like, legitimately, what they could have done tonight, like, the blood thing was cool. We'll get to that. But, like, they could have made Finn Balor make the demon.
Well, I think they're teasing the appearance of the demon till SummerSlam.
So stupid. Fucking
the way they got to the demon, I have to say, is very disappointing.
It is. And I don't know why they have to tease it. Why can't it just be him? God.
This is how this company works. Let's get to some equally more stupid shit. The Drifter has a feud with R-Truth. Why? Somebody explain to me.
I just said WTF in the chat. I was like, I just see this guy cutting a great promo saying how Fenway sucks. And then R-Truth comes out and just gets his ass kicked. Like, what was the point of that?
I'm like,
that was I didn't hate this. I thought this was. I was like, yay! They're actually building Elias up to something.
But he was just wrestling Finn Balor.
But R-Truth is not credible. Let's be honest.
No, but he's gonna get, of course. But then we're gonna build him up to somebody a little bit more credible, and I'm glad because they put him on TV. They didn't put him on TV last week, and apparently he cut a. I didn't see it, but apparently on the main event he cut a great Toronto promo. So I'm glad they're letting him sing. I feel like there was like some progression in Elias in terms of the character, so I like that.
But why can't they just have him like instead of like having R-Truth come out? Why can't they have him like just do a concert or something like that?
Well, because you needed to have a Mickie James Emma match.
Yes,
and that was important.
Yeah. Even though
Mickie
James looked hot tonight.
Yes, she did. You see, yes. And I think you can build to a concert. So I don't know. I every time I see Elias, I like him. And that's, I mean, I know that, like, okay, he's going to be, I know they're going to put him in stupid shit and I'll forgive him for it because I think we're actually seeing this guy, in spite of the fact that I don't think the WWE really wants to build this guy, he's taken the ball and running with it. So I'm giving him credit for that.
I like Elias Sampson. I like seeing him on my TV screen. He gives me entertainment. But R-Truth, like he went from, well, we might not like Finn Balor here, but he went from Finn Balor to R-Truth. There's no credibility in this guy. So I can only care for the concerts that he gives us and then move on. That's all I'm going to say about that.
The concert was great. I loved the concert. I enjoyed the singing.
I do enjoy when he does that.
Yeah.
Mr. Mike 307, let's get to some comments. Mr. Mike 307 responded to my comment about what makes Bayley so awesome and responded with hug life. I'm going to punch you. WWE Boy says, why can't all women in the WWE just be as hot as fuck? Alexa Bliss and Carmella are the only ones who are hot as fuck. I will respond by saying Becky Lynch. Hunter.
Thank you.
Wait, who else? Wait, what'd you say?
Did you hear the comment or
okay, who was hot?
Well, he said Alexa Bliss and Carmella, and then I added on Becky Lynch.
Lana?
Well, of course. I'm putting out the one I was gonna throw out there.
Okay.
Hunter says women's wrestling is the most boring part of the show. Always has been, always will be.
Can I give a shout out to Bay?
That's a Mitch opinion.
Can I give a shout out to Bay?
Can I give it to Kathy Kelly?
Kathy Kelly.
Oh my goodness. He has taken all. I'm sorry, Kelly Caruso. We have found your replacement. We have found your replacement. I will take you as a second, but no. Let's see here. Mr. Mike 307 says Hug Life is $1 million idea, but they don't know how to write it. I respond by that by saying no, it is not, because Bayley does not know how to act. She needs to go to the Kevel acting school to figure out how the hell to act. That is the problem. WWE Boy responds to my DM that I sent him earlier by saying that the decision to make the match between Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt tonight weird, and he said it was fucking stupid. You took it out of context. I'm just putting that out there. Let's see here. A couple other people telling us that R-Truth is the most irrelevant wrestler ever. Katana walks with.
Come on, people, stand up. What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's awful. Wait, Mr. Mike 307. Now you're saying you use Elias as a smoke breaks and you don't even smoke cigarette, bro? Are you using a smart? Are you using a Mark account right now? I didn't know if it was Mike or Mark.
Can I second Arian's comment? Arian said he looks like a star. He has a character. He's good on the mic. Why isn't WWE all over this guy? My question is, this is like a typical Vince McMahon guy. Why isn't this guy being pushed?
Because we're in this company that makes no sense.
I think he's going to get he's forcing them to make it this.
He's a Vince McMahon guy. Like, everything would tell you that he's a Vince McMahon guy.
Here's the status quo. If you put yourself over without Vince McMahon, you cannot.
He even almost looks like Roman.
You cannot get over in this company if you put yourself over. That's the goal. If Vince puts you over, damn it, you're getting pushed, Roman. But if you are Elias Sampson, Bray Wyatt, and etc., you cannot be pushed. Just putting that out there. Next segment, Big Cass. He laid off a couple of the cookies this week. I will appreciate the cookie stop.
Did?
At least 2. At least he didn't eat the whole.
Maybe he went with the low fat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Low fat.
I don't have the bag of Chips Ahoy. Let's use this as an example. So he had the Pringles can, right? And, he ate all but 2. He saved those last 2 chips for later. Big Cass, actually, he got over with the heel heat here as he was trying to say some words. He's like, this Sunday at SummerSlam. And the crowd was marking out in heel fashion. They were just all over him. So that's good. That's good. He got some reaction. I like that. If you can get reaction, you're good. If you're just not getting anything, like what Jason Jordan did tonight, I'm not getting into you. He says, you know what? Finally, we're going to see the big match, Big Show versus Big Cass in the Big Apple on Sunday. He says Show will bring his little buddy with him, which will lead him to ask why they're even friends now. Like, why? And Cass says that Enzo needs Big Show because he's nothing without a big presence. So he's going to bat for him backstage when he pisses somebody off, which is seemingly every single day. Is Show really friends with Enzo, or does Enzo need him to stay relevant? And we get Big Show coming out. Enzo comes out first. He just keeps going off. He's like, there's a big shtick with Cass for his inability to get the words out. Telling him he sounds like a man who's been knocked out 2 weeks in a row. Whoa, because he has. Cass says he can run his mouth all he wants, but if he's got something to say, he can come into the ring and do it face to face. And then Enzo just goes out, well, it's the Big Slow who can't even get on GMO tonight. Go check out GMO tonight. Big Show. Thank you. It wasn't even for a guy that's on my – well, he's on my roster, but I don't use him. Big Show enters the ring, but Cass uses the shark cage. They lowered the shark cage in the ring. By the way, actually, before we go forward, we did not get Kev's thoughts on the stipulation last week. So, Kev, what do you think about this shark cage stipulation?
We'll save it till the end because I will make a prediction.
Okay. We thought it was fucking stupid. Show tries to beat out.
I agree with you, but we'll talk about it after. Because I actually think it might make sense.
We'll talk about how I probably disagree with both of you. Show tries to beat up Cass. He's trying to go at him, and all of a sudden the club come in, and I'm like, why? Hey, somebody explain to me why. You have Big Cass and Big Show, 2 guys that are huge, and you still need Gallows and Anderson to be the heat. No sense. But they beat up Big Show. They slam Big Show's hand into the cage door. They were trying to get that over. He's a broken hand now. So that's the big segment. Big Show not gonna have to go into this match with a broken hand. Give us your predictions about this, guys, because I know we're gonna have some opinions on this one.
I think Enzo is going heel. I think Enzo is turning on Big Show, and Enzo and Cass
That's
are getting
what I said, Kev.
Well, no, I was thinking this too, but
yeah. Can you explain to Dylan why we both think this is the best scenario? Go ahead.
Because
Dylan's rattled. Look at him.
I just think I don't think Cass is working as well as they thought. I think it's been pretty. I think tonight. Tonight they made it pretty clear to me that the Enzo is going heel, and I think that they end up working a lot.
How did they make that clear? Because I didn't really see it, but I that was just my prediction without really knowing.
The backstage segment between him and Show, I was like, he's going heel, and
what did he do or say that kind of?
He's kind of like. Show was like, no, Enzo was like, I don't think you don't have to come to SummerSlam. You don't have to come to SummerSlam. And Show was like, I'm coming to SummerSlam. It's almost like Enzo's setting him up for something. And that's how I read that. And I do think they work better together. I think, and I'm going to be interested in seeing how they work as a heel unit. So I see Enzo doing the turn, and I think Enzo's going heel, and that Shark Tank is going down. So the idea was originally stupid, but it might leading to something interesting.
They got to just plant it on Big Show to lose the match. Like I don't like
that would be very Russo of them.
Just punch it. What? How would they use the cage though to its worth? Like, have, like some kind of knucks or chain or
yeah, he drops something, or the cage falls down or something, or there's a bunch of different like somehow the cage gets down and there's like a mystery of who let the cage down. We haven't seen Corey Graves involved.
It was Corey Graves. I was just thinking, it's Corey Graves. No, that wouldn't make
or Kurt
that
Angle.
Would be a swerve. That would be a Russo swerve right there.
Russo swerve.
Yeah. Hey, I have some Russo swerves.
No, what if it was Kurt Angle's son? Then they connected both stories together.
Yes.
Stable swerve.
Yeah, stable swerve. Exactly. Something like that. Yeah.
That would be beyond swerve. That would be layer on layer.
No, I would be down for that.
Yeah. But Enzo, like, Cass is okay on the mic, but he's not great on the mic. And I still don't think, even with the beard, he's getting over as a heel. Not really. Not like I'm enjoying him, but it's not. I think he's better with Enzo, and Enzo cutting heel promos will be interesting. And I think it would be a better second life for Enzo, as opposed to the possibility of him going to NXT. I know there are rumors that he has a heat backstage, and I can't comment on that. That's just internet stuff. But the guy can talk, and I would be interested in him trying them as heels.
Okay, first up, I want to say something in the chat. We're getting a lot of weird accounts that keep saying inappropriate things. I'm trying to block as many as possible, but I don't know, it's weird. Just random names and people, random weird kid-looking pictures.
Shit, I just opened it up. Fucking.
Yeah, so I blocked them. And now there's another one. Here we go. Okay, so my thoughts on Cass and Enzo. So, exact same thing that Kev thought. I think that before, even I didn't really guess that was what's going to happen. Actually, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Hopefully, that's what happens, is that Enzo sides with Cass, because that's the best way to get the maximum out of both guys. First off, what do you do with Enzo after this? You can't do anything. He's been buried beyond belief. And the only way that would make sense is if they turned him into a manager, because he is no longer, has any heart to be a wrestler. He's good at being a personality, good at being on the mic, and he could be a manager for Cass. As well as the fact that, Cass, he could be a big-time heel if he had a mouthpiece. He's not terrible on the mic. I don't think he's terrible, but he's not great main event status. And if you give him Enzo and Cass as a package can be one dynamic duo that can go to the main event scene, I feel, with Enzo on the mic, Cass doing the dirty work, being the wrestler. I think that would be a new dynamic thing, even as a heel team, and it would be really, really interesting to see Enzo as a heel.
Let me propose a proposal for you. Enzo, Cass, and this Good Brother team against the Shield.
No, I don't want the Good Brothers fucking anywhere on this show.
I actually didn't mind what they had the Good Brothers do here.
But
I didn't mind it.
Why did they do it?
Not the Good Brothers, the nerds.
The nerds.
It is them as side muscle for Cass might actually work, because they were side muscle in Bullet Club, and that's when they were at their best.
Why does Cass need side muscle? He's 7 feet tall.
And you can't teach that.
Enzo needs side muscle.
Yeah. Exactly. So Cass, you could put I see the four putting the four together. That's a possibility.
Okay, let me explain why I thought why I'm thinking what I'm thinking. So just hear me out, everybody. Okay, I think it would be beneficial for both of them to be back together. My instance in the chat was, how does it make sense? Because hear me out here. We did the same. I'm giving a wrestling analogy, and probably Kev knows the situation. It's like with the Aces and Eights, right? They have them beat the shit out of Bully Ray for months, and then like, who's the leader of the Aces and Eights? Swerve, it's Bully Ray, even though they've been beating him up for months. Swerves, you know what I mean? I get what they're doing because this really hasn't really worked out for Cass. He hasn't gotten any over than he was before. And Enzo is not going to do anything. So I think it would be beneficial. I'm just questioning the logic. That's what I'm putting out there. I would like them to be something good on the roster. I want them to do beneficial things. I don't want Enzo to go to NXT. I'm just saying the logic is out there. That's my opinions on the segment. We get the Cruiserweight Championship match, Akira Tozawa versus Neville. The only note I'm going to give here is Akira Tozawa actually won the fucking championship. I'm shocked. I think this is the longest championship reign that just got ended in like the main roster. I don't think anybody's held that belt longer than Neville, unless if it was yeah.
You might be right there. Yep.
I'm trying.
It was a good match. Yeah.
It was okay. I enjoyed the finish. The last couple minutes. I don't think Mitch has anything to say because he's still on mute.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The Cruiserweight title match.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, how do you feel about your boy losing the championship? I want to hear that.
It doesn't matter. I love Neville, but
he's getting back.
It's been a long time. It's been forever, and has anything happened?
Nah. He's been good, but Akira Tozawa wins championship. He's really over with the kids. Next segment. Backstage, we're with Big Show and Enzo. We're talking about the hand situation, that it was breaking. Enzo apologizes, but Show says there's no way in hell he's missing SummerSlam. Enzo begs him to think about the big picture, but the Giant's going to be there because he is the Big Show. We pretty much talked about that segment, but I was going to bring it up. I want to get in a certain personality in this next segment. It's the Mickie James and Emma segment. I'm going to go over the segment, and then we're going to bring in our guest to examine this here. So Mickie James is backstage. She's hanging around in the locker room, and Emma is on her phone, just looking at all the Twitter comments, blowing up on Twitter about Sasha Banks. She says it's ridiculous that she has to sit back and watch girls from NXT in the past get all the opportunities that she should be getting, while noting that Mickie James is right next to her. Mickie says Emma likes to rewrite her own history, and she didn't really get screwed last week. She said she got screwed for some reason, but she didn't. She tapped out. And every woman that took part was behind the women's revolution. So let's step into the ring with a 6-time women's championship tonight. Emma says okay and walks off. Now, our special guest tonight is somebody that knows how to act. He's a great actor. You can see jubilation hopefully everywhere soon. Let's get over to the actor, Kevin Olenek. I want to hear what he has to say. There is the actor, Kevin Olenek. Kev, you're on mute. Kevin, you are on mute.
That's the first lesson that I give you, Emma. Emma, you do not go on mute on Google. You have to press the mute button. Emma, very, very important lesson that I give you today. You must learn your line. You cannot read your line. You must act. Be Emma. Be your character. What is your motivation? Tell me your motivation, Emma. You don't tell me your motivation, I cannot be interested. And you'll learn your line. Your line is very important. Please learn lines. That's your acting lesson for today, Emma. Thank you very much.
That was one of the most interesting Thank you, the actor Kev. I had a lot of fun watching that. You must act. You must act, not read your lines. So 5 stars to the actor Kev Wolf for making his first appearance. I hope everybody enjoyed the actor Kev talking to Storm. It was hilarious. Mitch, you got anything to say? Kevin as well. You guys got anything to say about the atrocious acting of Emma in this segment and how it was completely worthless?
Mickie James is hot.
Are you just not gonna show up on camera? And Kevin, what do you got to say about that? Kevin.
Yes, Mickey James is very sexy. And actor would he left now, but he's Mickey James very sexy. Yes.
Yes. Very indeed. I enjoyed it. Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. Yes, we're gonna get the match tonight. Why? Oh no! Not in the middle of the Bray Wyatt Finn Balor match. He hasn't shown himself on screen, but I can already hear the music. It can't be. No! Please don't screenshot this because my mouth is open. No!
Balor! Pop the collar. Pop the scarf.
What are you doing here?
Finny,
What are you doing?
Balor is the greatest wrestler in the world. And of course, the second greatest wrestler of all time behind Yes. And also, no.
How did you feel about Bray Wyatt winning his match tonight against Finn Balor?
No.
How did you feel about Bray Wyatt pouring the blood on Finn Balor tonight?
Well, Dilly, that was interesting. Now, usually I don't like after-match segments. Usually I like the match. I like a long, nice match. And I feel like they didn't give Finney a long enough match here. It should have been exactly 27 minutes and 32 seconds. Instead, it was only about 6 minutes and 6 seconds, and I'm just not a fan of that. So, this is how I feel about it. The blood. I liked it because I know where it's going. Of course, everyone knows that. Watch NXT. The Demon is coming back, and I cannot wait for SummerSlam, and I feel like this is the best possible thing they could have done. Wait the Demon because he is the best. You got to put him only on special attractions. Screw Raw. Screw the fan base every single week. Only big attractions for the Demon. That's the way to go. Marky Mark said so. And Finney is the best. Pop the collar, everybody. See you at SummerSlam.
See, this guy wears a Macho Man t-shirt, and he doesn't love characters. I mean, he just loves the in-ring work. This goofball just sings out. He's loving Marky Mark songs. I mean, I don't know. I don't get him. He's a literally like a facet in time I just can't explain. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. You know what? Let's get to some comments.
That guy Marky Mark needs to get a life, man. Did I hear what I heard? I had to go take a piss. He came in real quick. Did I hear what I heard? I was listening to the show on my phone here. He was recording the match length.
Yeah, he went on and got it exactly timed. Exactly.
And he even knows what time match he likes.
He likes exactly 27 minutes and 32 seconds for this match.
Wow.
I mean,
I guess you got to give a round of applause for knowing what you want, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see here. We got a bunch of accounts on here. It's fucking pissing me off, but that's a no whole other thing. Mr. Mike 307 says, I think Cass is getting X-Pac. I think people will seriously don't like Cass, like X-Pac heat. I think he's what he was referring to. Interesting. I don't think he gets X-Pac heat. I think it was just heel heat this week. I don't think it's that bad. X-Pac heat was like legit. Go the fuck away. But he also brings up, I hope Neville moves up to the Intercontinental title scene. I like that idea. But I feel like he would have to take it off of somebody else because Miz, he ain't taking the title off of Miz. Like, I think the Miz would have to lose the belt. or Neville would have to be face.
I think Neville's going to get the Cruiserweight title back.
What? Dylan?
What? You're frozen. Look at it's frozen in time.
Look at his face.
Look at that face.
Oh, he can't see it. Damn it. Look at that face. All right, what was he saying?
There was a comment that Neville wants to go. Someone said Neville should go to the Intercontinental belt, and I said Neville's going to get the belt back on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like they kind of want to ride this wave with the Titus brand. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do. It would.
You know, it'd be interesting if they actually had a storyline where Titus got another wrestler and they had a Titus brand versus Titus brand wrestler, and then Titus had to decide which wrestler to go to.
Like another cruiserweight?
Yeah.
Who the heck would you pick?
I don't know, someone.
Like Gallagher, Kendrick, Dar?
Who's that guy that can't talk but he's really athletic?
All of them?
Tony Nese?
Tony Nese? Oh, yeah, Tony Nese, yeah. Sorry. They're all athletic, can't talk.
Yeah, Tony Nese.
Well, Kendrick can talk.
Yeah.
I like Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
What do you think about that?
So, apparently... What happened? What happened?
Oh, I just proposed an idea of... He said that he thinks Neville's going to win. But I think that they want to ride this Titus brand thing. And my idea was that they have one, like Titus finds another cruiserweight at like the next challenger for his title. And then they have a feud and they make Titus kind of decide who he's with. And my idea was maybe a Tony Nese could be one of them.
I like Tony Nese. So I like that idea. I think that'd be good. I think Cesar came onto my screen and just turned off my computer.
Actually,
so
we're getting a suggestion to make a Marky Mark t-shirt.
Who put that in the chat?
Katana.
Yes!
I'm pretty sure Katana's Twitter is actually named after Marky Mark. It's Marky Mark something.
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
We need Marky Mark and Cesar t-shirts. If anybody wants to buy one, they will be at a cheap price.
With that quarter.
Actually, shirts are expensive to make, so we're gonna have to pricey them up. But you can get your exclusive limited edition Bottom Line View t-shirt. All right, we need profit. So Finn Balor versus
all profits go to Dylan.
Yay! Buy the t-shirts now. We'll make a t-shirt look. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. The match actually happened tonight because it's the SummerSlam comes early.
It's going to Dylan's laptop. My bad. Go ahead.
That's actually true. I need to cash in my savings bonds. That's all. That's for the aftermath. So this match happened on the SummerSlam Go Home Early show. Why? I'm still very confused. But in a shocking twist, are you guys ready? I don't know if you guys are ready. Are you ready? Bray Wyatt won. He won a match. Holy shnikes! I didn't think that was going to happen. But then, afterwards, like Marky Mark alluded to, he poured over... They can't say blood, okay? What really pisses me off is that they can't say blood. At first, I was thinking it was paint, because, that's the paint of the demon, and that's going to get him out. But they're going with acidic red liquid. That's how they're calling it, which is just so stupid. But it's blood. And so...
Just don't say anything. Just don't say anything.
Leave it silent.
Either call it blood or don't call it anything. Acidic red liquid. Shut the fuck up. That just sounds so stupid. But yeah, so I like the post-match angle. Actually, I enjoyed the match for what it was, and I enjoyed the post-match angle, and we're going to get to see the demon again. What do you guys think about the match and segment?
The match was good. I don't hate Balor. I'm not as huge of a fan as Marky Mark of Balor, but I don't hate him in the ring.
I don't know if anyone is, except for Brian Alvarez.
Yeah. Anyway,
Brian Alvarez.
I just feel like it was really disappointing how they got to the Demon King, because there was like I mean, we knew it was coming. It's intriguing, but you could have done so much more. Like, oh my gosh, he poured acidic red liquid on me. I'm gonna go into being the Demon King. Like, I would have had Finn being beaten down all the time. Like, I don't know. I think you could have done a way more creative way to get to the Demon King. Even as an example, last week you had Wyatt appear on the screen. You could have had a tease of the Demon King coming on the screen at some point. I just felt like they found the path of least resistance to get to the Demon King, and we got there, and the crowd will be okay with it, and probably the marks will jump up and down for a little bit, but I feel like this is ultimately a bit disappointing.
Mitch.
Yeah, disappointing. I think the Demon should be on every week, so that's how I feel. Because I feel like that's the best way to get a guy as small as Balor to feel realistic in the main event scene. If he's not a cruiserweight, feel like he needs a gimmick to be elevated to the heavyweight level, and that would be the way to do it.
So why is Finn becoming a demon? Like, why is he bringing back the Demon King?
I guess he's doing it because he got poured blood on and he's pissed off. And apparently, he said in his interview that Bray has demons and he also has a demon. That was just intentional to get the marks to go but I don't know. Like seriously, Kev, I have no idea. You could have done
we can't call it blood though.
My thought of the Finn Balor Bray Wyatt feud would have been a very psychological feud where it would have literally broken down the psyche of Finn Balor, not just a bunch of matches pieced together. Like, it should have been more outside of the ring than anything else.
Yep.
And I feel like they should have waited as long as possible for them to get in the ring and touch and do a match. But it is what it is. I thought the match was decent overall, and I'm looking forward to see what happens, but I'm pretty sure that Finn is just going to win, and that's the way it's going to be. So I don't know. We'll see. But haven't loved the feud. Haven't loved it from the beginning.
You haven't loved the feud from the beginning?
No.
Yeah, it feels like they could have done a lot more.
Yeah, it's really disappointing because a lot of people actually, when Finn was in NXT, were saying the first guy he needs to feud with is Bray Wyatt. First guy he needs to feud with is Bray Wyatt. And everybody was looking forward to this Bray Wyatt feud, and this is what we've got from it. We've got a bunch of random matches and weird segments. I mean, the blood thing wasn't bad. I thought it was a good touch, but that was the only thing of actual storyline development that they did at all.
But I'm going to criticize this acidic red liquid a little bit. Not that it was for this godlike character, Bray Wyatt, why does he need to pour blood from can't it just come from the heavens?
Come from the sky.
Come from the sky.
What is this god character? Undertaker would have struck him with blood, or even Kane did that on Austin. Why can't they do that?
Yeah,
because it's acidic red liquid.
And Undertaker's just the guy that puts dead people in graves. Bray Wyatt's a god, damn it. From Louisiana.
Acidic red liquid. I have to go off screen so I can pull a segment because
where did everyone go?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're here. Okay, I don't know what
the host is not transitioning to the next segment, so this is a good time to plug WWE GM mode. As we know, we have the greatest main event ever, and if you witnessed Royal Rumble, which I need to send the link to Kev because he would love that. Vito won the Royal Rumble. He lasted about 16 men. He eliminated Hulk Hogan. And Kev, this was the computer. I did not play. Vito beat Hulk Hogan We picked him up out of nowhere, out of free agency, plopped him in the match. He won the Royal Rumble. He's the biggest underdog ever to be in the main event of WrestleMania, and he'll take on the greatest wrestler ever to lace a pair of boots, Daivari, in the main event of WrestleMania. Looking forward to it. We're doing a GM mode later tonight after this review. And also, we have other matches scheduled. I'm pretty sure that there are rumors that John Cena of Raw will be facing Hulk Hogan of SmackDown. The Rock of SmackDown will be facing The Undertaker of Raw, and much more. So stay tuned.
That was a nice little plug. Wow, the internet is completely fucking me over, but there you go. You know what? I don't even know if we need to talk about this next match. Emma versus Mickie James. Anybody got any thoughts about the burial of Emma?
This is my thought. It's not a burial. She's making money. She's a wrestler making money. That's her job. She's not getting buried. And second, she's not good. So, like, why should she be pushed? Like, she's less attractive when she's not on Instagram. Her mic skills are awful. Like, the actor even gave you a breakdown of it. And then she's not a great wrestler. So what does she bring to the table that's better than any woman on the roster?
First of all, I'm saying burial in terms of what they give her on screen. I mean, she still makes money, but they don't do shit with her. Although she's terrible. I'm just putting that up.
They have given her everything. They have tried so many different things with her. And it's not working. I mean, they tried the Emelina thing. It didn't work. That's why they cut it off. They tried the do with Santino. That kind of worked for a bit, and it didn't. And this. I think the best thing that can happen to her is working with Mickie James.
But I don't think they're going to do anything with it, Kev. I don't think they're going to make anything out of it.
They don't need to. Mickie James is just there to enhance talent. And she's trying to enhance Emma's talent.
I don't know about that, but okay. Next up, we have the Jason Jordan versus The Miz. We were going to have this match go on. Guys, I'm not really digging Jason Jordan as a face. I don't know about you guys, but this man has not getting over at all.
I think he would be better, Dylan, if he turned on Kurt Angle and was a heel that way. But
yeah.
I don't think he's failed yet. I don't think he's been bad as a face.
But the crowd is giving him minimal reactions.
They're indifferent. They're indifferent to him.
Let me explain why.
That's worse. That's worse.
I have a theory as to why. This whole build-up, we had how long was this build-up? This was like an 8-week build-up to this big Kurt Angle secret that was going to change the face of Raw. And what we got was Jason Jordan.
Why? Why?
There was this storyline that was promised, and they never built on it. So how can you blame Jason Jordan for that?
I'm not blaming him for what they gave him.
Why are we getting vignettes of Kurt Angle training with his son and, I don't know, a bunch of son and dad things, like them going fishing or golfing or something like that? Why aren't, I don't know. Why aren't we getting this stuff with the father-son connection? Why isn't Kurt Angle going to the ring with him and prepping him for his matches, taping his wrists? Why aren't we getting this?
I don't.
They don't have any interaction with each other. It's just like, hey, my son's gonna fight you tonight. That's it.
Yeah.
And to the point of Kev, just because they gave us that, you should be able to adapt in a certain way to get something over. If you heard that promo a couple of weeks ago on Miz TV, he didn't do I don't think he did a good job at him making himself over with what he was given.
And that was with the greatest wrestler in the world. Weekly plug.
That was with the Miz. So that's my opinion. But they get this match started.
I'm not saying he's great. He's staggering. But he's also been put in a position where the expectation of this was what we were getting, and what has been delivered by the writing side of this is also disappointing.
It's more the writing than anything.
Yeah, I'm willing to give Jason Jordan a chance. I still think there's time for him because I think he's got some good ring work, but
oh yeah,
the writing of this hasn't been great.
He's really athletic. He looks good. Now it's on the writing to make his character good and to follow through with the promise of him and Kurt Angle, because they haven't done that yet. It's the writing, not the guy. Because if it was him and he was given every opportunity, like I said, but he was failing to get over, then it's his fault. But what has he really gotten outside of matches against jobbers and a sit-down interview? He's had no interaction.
I think it's both sides, but I think writing has really hurt him. I'm just saying he hasn't.
How is it both sides if they've given him no opportunity to shine?
I'm just saying those promos are not getting him over. He needs to work on being a better babyface, like getting the crowd to interact.
He's had one interview.
I'm talking about. Well, I'm just saying he didn't do a good job there. If they give him more TV time with the interviews, that would be better. But even with the backstage interview that he had a few weeks ago, he's not getting anybody to care for him, as much as the writing has not helped him out either.
But they're not caring for him because they don't know what his character is. He hasn't had a character all he had was him sitting down with The Miz. He hasn't had anything with Kurt Angle. His character is based off that he's the son of Kurt Angle, and he has no character development in that range. So why should people care about him?
I'm not disagreeing with the fact that the writing has done a terrible job for him. They have. I'm just saying, if the promos we have seen have not led me to believe that he's going to be better at them. I'm just putting that out there. Jason Jordan versus The Miz. Jason Jordan wins by disqualification because the Hardys come in. The Miztourage try to beat Jason Jordan up. That doesn't happen, so it comes into a holla play a six-man tag. Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan versus The Miz and the Miztourage. Why? Because we saw them interact sometime earlier tonight. This match was excruciating long.
Okay, this is important because they brought up The Rock. All right, just because he's black doesn't mean he's the next Rock. He has no correlation. If Jason Jordan was the next Rock, they would not be pulling 3 million viewers right now.
Wait, when did they bring him up? I don't remember.
Are we underrating that The Rock's the most charismatic wrestler of all time? Like, Jason Jordan's not that charismatic. He's a good wrestler, and he looks great. And for Arian to say that he looks better than The Rock, I mean, I'm not gay or anything, but The Rock was voted the sexiest man alive, so I don't know if Jason Jordan was voted that.
Wait, did Arian say he's an upcoming Rock, or did WWE say that?
Arian and Mr. Mike.
That's ridiculous.
To me, I still maintain this, would have kept Jason Jordan off TV. I would have done the old vignettes where you had him build into this character. Just do something in terms of vignettes to develop this guy and bring him back and even debut him by SummerSlam.
But Kev, what's a vignette?
Well, I know, but he hasn't been. My point is he hasn't been put in a position where he has been able to succeed. And I think on that point we have to give him more time.
They better write something for him because they're not doing anything well. I don't think they even have a championship match for these guys at SummerSlam. I don't think there's going to be an IC title match. So they're failing. Unless, that'll be terrible. It's just that's a shame too. If it's with the Miz, that's criminal. But yeah, just woeful writing. This six-man tag ends with the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan winning, with Jeff Hardy hitting a swanton to Bo Dallas. Why? I don't think we're going to get any more correlation with this. I don't think they're going to team up anymore. So I think this was kind of pointless. Does anybody have anything to say about this six-man tag?
It was a good match. It was, I like what Mitch tweeted. Jeff Hardy's still doing swantons.
It's
curious
nice
what they're gonna.
I mean, Jeff Hardy is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, so it's cool to see him still doing swantons.
Hopefully the Hardys get something good soon because they are in a rut.
It's like when Austin came back in 2012 and he was still hitting 5-star frog splashes.
This team's just very stagnant right now, and I really hate that because they had something in, TNA, and now it's nothing. So I don't know. That's how I feel about that. Final segment of the night. We have Kurt Angle is in the ring. We're gonna have a face-to-face, baby. I hate how they name that. But they're surrounded by a security team. He introduces Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, who are basically just going to sell you the match. That's how they do it. Paul Heyman's going to sell you the match. He says they built this up to have this face-on-face so that they could have one last historic moment with the Beast in a segment. And no matter how much security there is tonight, all hell is going to break loose because Brock is in a justified bad mood. He's willing to listen to ideas that don't include WWE, and that means that WWE and Kurt Angle have conspired against him, throwing all three top contenders at once in this match to assure a new champion. What he means by this new ideas that don't include WWE is obviously the UFC, which I'll bring up in a minute. And he says, when these top contenders take Brock out, it guarantees them a new champion because he'll be out of the match. Somebody can win by pinfall, and he doesn't even get to lose the championship by himself. And he says the concept really sucks. On the night that Lesnar loses the title, it'll be because someone was man enough to slay the Beast, and that man will stand over the conqueror, hold the title high, and we can point to the guy that says that's the baddest dude on the planet. That won't be Samoa Joe, who is 300 pounds and desperate to... By the way, he's fat. 300 pounds and desperate to steal the championship away from him. It ain't going to be Braun Strowman, the monster among men. And it ain't going to be Roman Reigns, the man that retired The Undertaker, but it's Brock's yard. The yard that is in Brock's house and rent is due Sunday. So it all boils down to this. Paul never makes predictions. He offers spoilers. And one of the two things happens Sunday. One, the conspiracy is successful and they rip the title away from his client. They leave together. And if that's the case, he assures them that you might as well walk up the Beast in a cage. Scenario 2 is that Brock beats Braun or Samoa Joe or Roman Reigns and proves to the entire world that Heyman has known for this entire time. That in 15 years of flapping his gums, that he's only undersold the greatness of his athlete that stands above everybody else. Finally, this is a long promo. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, he's got to shut up. Holy Christ.
It was a very long promo. Like, we got to this segment at 9:55, and he cut like a 10-minute promo. He was trying to sell you the match, man. But Samoa Joe finally...
He needs to go. He needs to go.
Well, why can't... I don't understand this concept. Like, Brock can easily cut a promo. Like, he is not a handicapped person.
The whole Heyman thing is done now. Like, just... It's unless he's turning on Brock, just please... Stop.
I just don't understand, like why? Like, why does he still need to be there for Brock? Brock can speak English. He can cut good promos.
And
We've seen it in the UFC
the
and
whole
WWE.
time going like this.
It baffles me. It baffles me. But Samoa Joe gets on the mic. He comes out. And he says, I'm fat. No, he doesn't. But he says he's told Brock from day one that he doesn't feel him, so lets him alleviate his advocate's fears. At SummerSlam, when he comes for the title, he's going to rip it from Brock's hands. Pretty simple. Braun Strowman comes out. He gets on the mic, and he reminds everybody he was the last man standing, just ask Roman Reigns. Joe then pretty much cuts him off and reminds us that, well, I was the one that interfered in the match last week and choked out Reigns. So get it straight. You're merely the man who barely stood up when he put down Roman Reigns. Then Roman Reigns comes out.
You missed the 5 seconds where they awkwardly stood there and looked at the entrance ramp for Reigns to come out. You missed that point.
I hated that. I hated that shit. Because they're like, is he going to come out? Is he going to come out? Don't say anything.
And then Braun gave up. He's like, okay, where the fuck is this guy?
What I did like about Roman Reigns coming out is that as soon as he came out, he speared the shit out of Samoa Joe. Said no words. He came in to do business.
Yeah, I agree. It made 100%.
I like that.
Writing that way.
What I did not like. Yeah. What I did not like, however, was the fact that both Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns were just taken out immediately afterwards. Like, Samoa Joe was taken out for the spear, and then Braun hits him, like, with a punch, and it was over. So I was like, okay, that was pretty fast. But then we get the big stare down, Braun versus Lesnar, which I will agree with Mitch in the comments of our DMs. Should have been the match all along. But these guys have this match. They keep basically fighting each other. And this is weird. When Roman Reigns speared Samoa Joe and then Braun beat up Roman to get him to the outside, security didn't do anything. But as soon as Braun and Brock got into their fight, no, we got to stop it. Okay, you're not really doing your job there. But they kind of start tussling around. Of course, we have a second separate pull-em-up of the night, which is repetitive. And they try to beat each other up, but they don't really get anywhere. So, in fairness, what I have to say about this segment is Paul went way too long. He did have some good points. I appreciated the fact he was trying to sell me the match, but I didn't like the fact that it went on forever. Like, they went off of air probably 6 or 7 minutes past their time, and they get 5 minutes
at all. Cut the freaking Emma match out.
Yeah, that's true. They get 5 extra minutes anyway, so they can do this longer show, and then they still go over.
Like, think about it. We've been there for 3 hours waiting for Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe. We didn't see them one time. Not even.
That was my other big problem.
Not even Brock Lesnar arrived in a limo time. Like, not once. Like, we didn't see them one time.
The only thing
and it was three.
Literally the only thing we saw was them like
3 hours. 3.
They're like, bro, we have to put Emma and Mickie James and fucking R-Truth and Elias Sampson, bro. Like, that's
and
important.
They still go over. They have 3 hours. How do you go over with 3 hours?
Baffling. And then that's what I really hated. I put that in the chat too. I was like, bro, how do you not have this main event match be shown before the 3rd hour? They showed it like, here's a title card where these guys are going to face off. Watch the segment later on in the show. Not anything else.
What promotion? Okay, Vince McMahon is like the best promoter in wrestling history. How do we not have the best promoter in wrestling history having promotion for his match more than in one segment?
Explain that again one more time. Sorry.
Okay, Vince McMahon is the best promoter in wrestling history, correct?
Right.
Okay. But if you're a mark, you should still admit that because it's like illogical. There's facts, okay? Anyways, he's the greatest promoter in wrestling history. He doesn't have his big ticket match advertised more than for 10 minutes at the end of the show when a lot of his audience is already tuned out by facts. Because people now start tuning out after the 2nd hour because they usually the best segments in the 2nd hour. So people start tuning out and they start going to sleep because the show's boring. Maybe they stayed on to the end because they have done that with a couple of times with the last man standing match. They did that. So maybe they stayed to the end, but you didn't have any tease for this match. You didn't even have a promo package. You didn't have an, backstage interview. You had nothing, not even the minimalist of things. And you're the greatest promoter in wrestling history. And you're selling your pay-per-view. You're selling your network. That's sad.
This is how he thought he was going to sell his promotion. He waited till Paul Heyman got out there in the 3rd hour and wanted him to cut a promo to sell the show. Where's the other promotion?
People can talk. People can talk as much as they want about, it's the writers, Vince McMahon at the end of the day writes the SummerSlam card. And he, at the end of the day, pushes what is promoted. And
I want this big main event match to have one segment, damn it. Can we not even, you know what? Brock Lesnar, don't even come on the show. We don't even want you in the main event.
And by the way, can I say this? This should be Braun Brock anyway. This should not be Samoa Joe. And I love Reigns. This should not be Samoa Joe, Reigns, Braun, Brock. This should just be Braun, Brock. That's
the
it.
money match.
Well,
Go ahead, Kev. Rip it apart, bro.
Didn't. Yeah. Sorry, just give me a second here. I didn't mind the segment. I mean, it was great to see everyone together for the first time a week before or 10 minutes before your final Raw. I mean, last week we didn't even have Brock in the same segment as the other three, even though we're on the same show. So that's interesting. That was better. They at least put him in the final segment, which was better. Yes, it went too long. But I think, to me, the thing that I do agree with you, and you saw the crowd. The crowd went nuts when it was Brock and Braun face-to-face.
Yep.
They jumped on that. And that's probably the match that they ultimately won. I mean, a lot of people think Joe is in this because he's the one that needs to take the pin. I'm going to say this,
it makes no sense, though, because he already had his opportunity and lost.
Yeah. But you can't give anyone else. You're not going to pin anyone else is the argument. But I am, to me, I think you give the title to Braun. I think Braun's going to win this.
Well, what should have happened was Braun versus Brock. Braun goes over clean. What should happen now is Braun versus Brock. Braun goes over clean. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. It's just
unless you do Shield helps Reigns screws over Braun.
Yeah, and then Paul turns and joins the Shield and is the spokesperson.
But then I don't know if we have to have freaking hate.
That would be too many swerves, bro.
That'd be too many swerves, maybe. I don't know.
That's too complicated for their little brains.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least they put the main event in the main event segment, which I'll give them credit for that. I agree with you. I think Paul talking is just becoming a bit too much because although I found the last man standing line a little corny, it got the point over. And what Joe said, I thought his promo was pretty good.
They were all kind of meaningless. I mean, they didn't really say much.
Yeah, it just was kind of a typical, okay, come on out now. Oh, you missed your cue.
I do like the end with the brawl, though, like the brawl, but you need to cut it. Like, I said it in the Twitter DMs. I was like, cut it now. Stop. I
think you cut it as soon as the wrestlers come out.
As soon as they start throwing punches at each other, cut the damn show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think there was too many pullaways anyway. I wasn't a big fan of that. Because especially with another pull away, and you've done these pullaways so many times, it doesn't have that same resonance. I would even have where actually, now I think about it, where it cut it was when Brock and Braun went face to face. That's where you cut it, because I think that's the match that everybody wants to see. And that's, yeah, I would have left it right there, and they didn't see them.
Cesar doesn't want that match.
Cesar's mask is backwards. Cesar, you know how to put on a mask. Do I need to get Aquara?
He wrestles luchador matches all over the Japans and the Mexicos and the Puerto Ricos. He wrestles like this.
How many Dave Meltzer 5-star matches do you have?
I have 26 Dave Meltzer 5-star matches. I even have 5 6-star matches. Woohoo! So you can catch me in the NXTs, the ROHs, the places I can't get over.
By the way, did you know that Cesar? Did you know that Dave Meltzer had 29 4-star matches for the G1 this weekend?
Oh my God, the G1! Yes. I love Davey. Davey Meltzer is my grandpa. I call him Mr. Magoo, but I love him. I mean, he's just such a great guy. Rating matches like a big man. And you know what? I need the main event of this pay-per-view. I'm sick and tired of not seeing Finney Balor in the main event. I need him in my main event, damn it.
Hey, what do you think about Shinsuke? We didn't talk to Marky Mark about Shinsuke. What do you think about him this weekend at SummerSlam?
Yay! I mean, I love it. I mean, he's gonna beat that goofball. What does he call himself? The Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. He's gonna beat that goofball, become the WWE champion. I mean, SmackDown.
Arian, it's a newspaper, bro.
You know what, Aaron? I gotta call out the non-smarks right now. Arian, you goofball. You need to get on the Shinsuke bandwagon. You need to get on the Finny bandwagon. Yes, I know regular Katana. He's not on the bandwagon. He needs to get on the Finny bandwagon. Who else? Mitch needs to get on the bandwagon. Kevo needs to get on the bandwagon. Everybody needs to get on not only the Marky Mark bandwagon, but the Caesar bandwagon. Can we get some Caesar t-shirts? Whoa! I'm pulling out here for Raw, but I'm telling you, Dylan Villa, the rest of the Bottom Line View crew, you better be put on notice because I'm coming for you. Might even be there at SummerSlam. Finny Balor should main event WrestleMania.
Okay. Bye, Caesar.
How does this guy keep getting on my show? He pisses me off every time with the...
Well, he doesn't even have his mask on properly, though. That's what I was really concerned about.
I know
that was a safety issue for me.
Well, he was a mark. He's a mark when it comes to that. So Caesar, by God,
he's 6-star matches.
He has so many 6-star matches. I'm impressed. But yeah, really bad ending to the show. I think he just had no reasoning, no purpose for this feud not getting more than one segment. Somebody tell me in creative why you only gave this one segment. Please, somebody tell me in creative why Paul Heyman had a 10-minute promo to put over this match. Somebody in creative tell me why we had a second pull-off tonight. No answers. We're not getting any answers. So, let's get our ratings for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. The go-home, the very important go-home show. And let's answer the question when it comes to rating. Would you buy this pay-per-view if it was on a regular money schedule, not the WWE Network? Let's go to Cavioli Ravioli first. What is
I feel like there was a drum roll needed or something.
I'm just looking at his face here.
There we go. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. There was some. I know that we're sometimes critical, but I thought that there was a lot of stuff that did send us sometimes. Yeah, there was some stuff on here that I thought led us to be intrigued of what's going to happen at SummerSlam. I liked the cast show Good Brothers segment. I'm intrigued what they're doing with the Shield. I'm going to be interested. I feel like we're going to get a really interesting angle at the end of the show. So I think that they did enough for me to watch the pay-per-view. I would have cut it at Brock versus Braun. I don't think Brock's coming away with the belt, which I think is I think is interesting because I think I might be one of the 7 people that believe that. But
you think he's going to win?
I don't think Brock's going to win. No.
Oh, I don't think so either. So I'm
no, I think everyone else does.
Huh.
But which leads in a very
I want to see him face John Jones.
Oh,
the greatest fighter of all time.
Wait, I almost forgot about my prediction. Why can't they have John Jones interfere in this match?
I don't know if the rumor is he's going to be at SummerSlam.
If he's ringside at the show, get some big cross promotion, get you a little bit of hype for this John Jones Brock Lesnar match. I know it's not happening for their company, but you screw somehow and it gets Brock Lesnar to focus on other things. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah. I don't think they'll have John Jones interfere necessarily in the match. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I don't think Brock's coming away with the belt. So that's why I'm giving it a 6 because I'm interested in SummerSlam because I think there are some things that they can do here that I'll give them hope.
So, Kev,
what they should actually do is they should have John Jones. They should build to their fight. I don't know how long it would take to get their fight done, but what they should do is they should have him come to WrestleMania and be in the corner like Mike Tyson of the wrestler that faces Lesnar.
That actually probably,
yeah, because it's not happening. That fight isn't going to happen this year.
No, but I think it would be a nice tease for them to build that up.
Yeah, you can build it that far.
Yeah.
So, yes.
If the pay-per-view was the regular $60, because this is a big pay-per-view, not a regular show, would you buy it if it was not on the network?
Yeah, because I always enjoy SummerSlam. It's one of the 4 I watch.
Yes, because I'm a freaking goofball, and I always buy SummerSlam, and I would feel bad if I didn't watch it. But I would probably I'm always watching it with friends, so I'm never having to buy it by myself. So therefore, I would still only be probably putting in $10. So I'd buy it.
Fair enough.
I have no friends, so I watch by myself.
You have Actor, Kev.
That's true. My friend Actor will be with me. Yes.
I'll send Marky Mark over too. If you want.
Cesar's always glad to be at the show. I was about to call you Marky Mark.
Hey,
Mitch.
Kev, you can come to my house if you can make it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Sure.
There you go.
Right.
Mitch.
We could co-review right there.
There we go. Right here. Right in front of my Hulk Hogan.
Actually, I want to see that happen. Mitch, what is your grade for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw?
I'll give it a 5. Not enough Charlie Caruso.
One fucking segment of Charlie Caruso.
No Kathy Kelly. She needs to get on TV.
She needs.
So that's going to be a -1 every week until she gets on TV. Next, Brock Lesnar Braun was cool. I thought the Shield thing was half and half, but mostly I was digging it. But I haven't liked the rest of it, so if that makes any sense. The Finn Balor blood thing was interesting. I felt like they tried harder than they usually do, so I'm going to give them a higher grade, which is a 5. Usually it's like a 2, 3, or 4. So I'll give them like a 5 or like a 5 in between, maybe a 5.5. Because I felt like especially the first 2 hours were pretty strong, but then they kind of got in this little like cruiserweights really brings the showdown. Women's matches really bring the showdown. But besides that, I felt like the rest of the show, even though we really critiqued it very harshly, I thought it was like passable. And it got you a little bit more excited for SummerSlam. Even though I feel like that Fatal 4-Way should be split up so that the card has more depth, because the card isn't really intriguing me. And I don't think it's going to be the best show that we've had this year. I think Great Balls of Fire is still going to be better. And I think there was even one more that I felt was good. I don't remember the name of it, though.
WrestleMania.
Well, other than WrestleMania, that doesn't count. Like, what is it, Battleground, or was it?
No, that was a terrible show.
Oh, no, was it?
Was it after WrestleMania?
You talking about Payback?
Payback, probably. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't there for
it. Yeah, Great Balls of Fire was good. But yeah, like looking at the card, which we'll talk about in like the preview or whatever, or at least I will. You're looking at the card, it's like Shinsuke and Jinder doesn't really intrigue me very much. The only real match that intrigues me is the main event. Cena and Baron Corbin, like, no, not really. Maybe Rusev Orton could be a good match, but there's not really a storyline going on. What else you got? New Day and Usos, I guess, will be good. But, I mean, nothing really special. It doesn't feel like a SummerSlam to me.
I'm giving.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
But I do.
Carmella cashing in could be cool.
Yeah, then that's going to be that might be the historic moment. Or does Baron? I don't think Baron Corbin's going to cash in, but go ahead, Dylan.
Okay. Fascinating story to tell you. I actually had the opportunity to pass up under SummerSlam before. Could have watched SummerSlam 2012, my first WWE pay-per-view, but I instead went with the decision to watch Hardcore Justice of TNA. Why? Because SummerSlam that year was garbage. I possibly could have skipped out on the show if it was 5 years later. They had one good match on that show. It was Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. Other than that, there's nothing.
Which one?
2012.
God.
What was the main event of that?
It was Brock Lesnar Triple H. The first one.
I think I saw it. But I don't think it's very good.
Jericho and Ziggler was good as well. But other than that,
yeah.
was the Pits. It was the Pits.
The Pits.
Oh. Pits. At least I got to see a Fatal 4-Way ladder match on the other show. So I'm just going to put that up.
All right, post-show? We're doing a post-show?
Well, no, I got to get my recap. Yes, we are going to do a post-show. Wait, but I got to get my rating. So tonight, I was actually going to give it the same grade Mitch did at the second half. 5.5 out of 10. I thought there were some good segments on the show. I think they actually, like Mitch said, tried. They put a little bit of more effort into the go-home show. They did do very sloppily, if that makes any sense. There's some segments I'm like, bang, we got some good segments going on here. And other segments I'm like, we're dragging our feet. We're not really getting anywhere. And this is the go-home show, and I'm seeing shit like Emma versus Mickie James and R-Truth on my television screen. I don't really need that. But the Shield-ish reunion I thought was pretty good. other than the constant dick tease to get fisting going along there. I made that as dirty as possible. Thank you. Other segments I thought were good. Why did we not get more promotion for the main event? One of the only intriguing matches on the show. I have no idea. But as much as we critique this show, I still did get entertainment till about the third hour. Like, I was phasing out only in the third hour, which is it's impressive. I got to say, it's impressive for this show. So, 5.5 out of 10 for this show.
How the standards have changed.
Well, here's the thing. I've never enjoyed the 3-hour format. Even when Raw was decent to watch, it's just a drag.
It's too long. Yeah.
It's been 5 years since they've done this 3-hour show.
Jesus.
5 years. And nobody is clamoring for it to be doing it again and again and again. So, would I buy it if it was a $60 show? I explained I didn't do it before, so possibly. There's some matches that intrigue me, but not a lot. But there's no competition to go against. So, there you go. That's going to do it for this episode of Monday Night Raw. Stay tuned for the after show. But do we have any plugs to go along for this video?
Go ahead, Kev.
Well, there is an echo.
Echo.
BMO. Just so you know, we're going to review the Defenders on my YouTube and podcast channel this weekend as it is coming out. The Defenders.
Yeah, how many episodes? 10 or 13?
I think so. 10. Yeah. I think what they're doing is I'm
going to have to watch it really quick.
Yeah, well, that's another reason there, but a number of reasons for that. But I think they're doing less episodes, but they're longer, is what I'm sensing. But I haven't looked at that, so we're going to review that.
I think it's like 6 because it's like a crossover.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think we might I might put a review on this channel too.
Well, we can co-review.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, I'll let Mitch tell you about the other stuff that we have going on the channel. Follow me at KVOLE.
On the channel tomorrow, we put out the rankings for every NFL offense. Tomorrow, the first episode of the defense will be out there. And yes, the Cowboys will be on part 1. Sorry, guys.
I'm not going to be mad about that.
What else do we got? A lot more NFL stuff. Fantasy football stuff. Hope you guys checked out the mock draft I did. What else we got? GM mode. I don't know. Do you want to do it tonight or tomorrow? Can you do it tomorrow during the day? By chance?
I'm kind of doing my tattoo thing, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. So do you want to do it tonight? It's kind of late for you.
Fuck it. Why not?
Okay. What else do we got? So, and when's WrestleMania for GMO? That's important for people.
Were we gonna do it Thursday? Does that still?
I think we can. I'm not certain.
Can we do it?
If not, it will be Friday. But a Thursday, I think I can do it.
Okay. It'll either have to be during the day or like at this nighttime situation again, or I'm off work because I'm working.
Yeah.
So.
And Kev's invited if he wants to join WrestleMania. He can.
It's a good show.
What else do we got? Oh, check out my newest rant on WWE. It's my first one in a while. I talked about what happens or what's going to happen when Brock Lesnar and John Cena leave. Check that out. Lots more. NFL. We got our previews filming tomorrow for every division.
Yes.
I like that. Go check out my newest video on the channel. Will the Jets go 0-16 in 2017? I had a lot of fun making that video and just ranting on this shitstorm of a team. I think Mitch has a opposite video maybe coming out of that. We'll see.
Yeah, actually, someone actually commented on the video asking for it as well. So yeah, there will be a video. Will the Patriots go 16-0? So
I wanted to do that, but since you're a Patriots guy, I'll let you do it.
All right.
Yeah, so figure out the question, figure out the answer. Are the Jets gonna go 0-16? Maybe. Just stay tuned. I got more videos coming out on the way. Of course, a lot of NFL. Oh, and guess what? CFL. No, I'm just kidding. NFL content on the way for us.
Hey, don't make fun of the CFL.
Don't make fun of the CFL.
Well, I'm not making fun of the CFL. I've just never seen anything from the CFL. We're from Texas. We don't. If we get CFL, I mean, it's like on the.
I don't think Texas would like CFL.
It's like ESPN 8.
It's. I don't even know if I like it. I just think it's like hilarious. I don't know why.
To be honest though, we did get to see ESPN 8 the other day. Well, you guys know that's from
Ocho. Did you
Ocho channel?
see that ping pong game with the guys playing with their heads?
Yes,
That was intense.
They did that. They did cornhole. They did freaking. They did like.
How do they not have a commercial with Chad Johnson? That makes no sense.
I'm cheesed about that, but that was a lot of fun. So, wait, how did I get to that point? And anyways, that's the CFO. That's right. But yeah, stay tuned for more content. I'm gonna be releasing more solo NFL videos, of course, before week 1. So thank you guys for watching. We enjoy it. Like the video if you guys enjoyed this. Comment below your thoughts on Raw and the aftermath, and then subscribe to the Bottom Line View. For Kev and Mitch, it's Dylan. Peace.
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 Welcome to the aftermath. I think
it's so awkward when we know what's happening.
Because last time it was like,
but then if we don't know what's happening, then we'll say something stupid. So
I thought I was gonna do something last week, so I'm glad I didn't.
Dylan, bro, what's going on? Are you buying this new laptop or what's going on, man?
You know,
like I was gonna ask you this in the chat, but I waited for this specific time. Are you actually gonna go to college without a laptop?
I have a laptop, man.
It fails every review.
It's only because it's on a Hangout, man. It's like I'm not gonna be doing Hangouts on my college. Oh, okay. No, here's the thing. I have to cash in savings bonds to go get it, and then once I do, I can go get this computer from Best Buy. But I gotta make sure it's the right one, you know? I got a very particular taste for computers. One that shut on me on a regular basis. Those are the ones I like the most. Well, hopefully. I'm hoping before I can get to 2 weeks. Go to college in 2 weeks from today.
Kev?
Yes.
Was your show in Poco?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was. My dad's like, yeah, we should go to the show. It's in Poco. When is it? Is it still going on or no?
It's over now.
Oh. When was it?
It ended on Friday.
You should have told me it was in Poco. I thought it was in Vancouver.
I tried everything to tell you it was like Poco. Well, I didn't think you would be interested.
You didn't say. If it was in Poco, I might have went. But because it was in Vancouver, I was like, no, that's too far. I don't want to go to that.
Bro, I would have loved to see freaking somebody live streaming Jubilation.
I would have put it on the YouTube channel, the highlights of Kevel.
Yeah, actually, I think there actually is a recording of it. I'll have to see if I can get it. I can't promise that though, but I can. I'm the producer, so I could see what I could do.
So Kev, Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dylan.
I was gonna say, what was that video you were telling me about my channel, or what was the idea that you ran in the beginning of the show?
No, that was about the Defenders.
Okay. Defenders. Review the Defenders.
I don't think I'll be able to do that. I'm just putting that out there.
I think I could get Calvin. I don't know if you'd want to do it on his channel. I probably do it on both, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's like the Spider-Man Homecoming review. We'll review it on everything.
Yeah.
You did it on.
I reviewed that so many times.
I found a way. Actually, you can do Facebook Live, and then I can put it up on YouTube later.
Oh, is that where you do it? You do it on Facebook Live?
Yeah, and I think we could do it as a Google Hangout.
At the same time?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, well, I could record it as a Google Hangout, and you could record it on Facebook.
And then, we can, yeah.
We're breaking this.
Ooh.
But I don't know. How could you see me, though? I guess you could only hear me.
Well, we could look at each other through Google Hangout. Because I still would have the Google Hangout set
but
up.
how would you hear me on Facebook?
You would set it up as a Google Hangout. I would just have the camera set up as Facebook Live, though. So all I need is this camera to work.
But how would they hear me, though?
We'd have to test that. I think they can.
Testing. Okay, we're obviously still on Aftermath, but WWE boy asks, are we still going to do soccer and hockey or NBA? Okay, let me answer both these questions. One, I don't know anybody that's on this channel that's committed to doing soccer. I have no idea.
I can't do it. It's too much.
There's like I only
do World Cup, Euro Cup. That's it.
There's so many different.
There's too many leagues.
Soccer, yeah, it's like
We would have to have somebody committed to doing it. But that does go into another category. I have in contact with someone that we might do some videos with, and he might join the channel in a capacity. I've talked to Alan about it.
Do we know him?
We know him sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I've
been kind of a fan of this channel, kind of followed it. Because a while back, he asked us to like join this group. And that's actually how we met each other.
Straight memory.
We, like, tried to get us to do this collab YouTube channel. And ever since then, I kind of followed his content. And he does like a lot of sports, NFL stuff, and college football and stuff like that. So I feel like, and he's kind of at a crossroads with his channel. He actually announced a bunch of new stuff on his channel that he's doing. So I'm guessing he's staying with his channel, but he also said he would be interested in doing content on our channel. So it's just another person, because with myself and Dylan going to more school now, we have, more, right. We can't do it as much. So, and another interesting thing is I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to try, but hopefully I can still do Raw and SmackDown reviews, but I need to find a way to watch them.
That's the key, man. Like, these wrestling reviews, I'm sorry to scare everybody, it's going to be very difficult in 2 weeks.
Well, you can still watch them though, can't you?
Yeah.
You're at home, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But like, what's the like, you can't watch them on your?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know if I'll have like the channel. That's
okay. Yeah.
Oh, because you cable and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be more.
We'll see. I might have to get the cable set up and everything to do it, but we'll see.
Because we're gonna have 3-hour shows and then do a review, and then we gotta go.
Do you have cable at your place?
I watch it online.
How do you watch it?
On
YouTube?
Yeah, I can't really say how I do that, but I do it.
Porno sites?
No, not porno sites. I have ways. I watch.
But then why don't you share this information with me? And it's up to date, like it's right away, it's fast.
You react with it as fast as we do. So.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give that off air. We can't. I don't know if we can just
sketchy.
It's very sketchy the way you put it.
There's enough live streams on there that you can catch one on YouTube pretty quickly. That you can.
Okay, maybe I'll do that. Because I got the whole DAZN thing now for NFL, so I can get every game.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna get that too.
It's actually really cheap. It's only like $20 a month. I think Sunday Ticket was like way more expensive.
Sunday Ticket's expensive as hell.
Yeah, like that like $20 a month seemed a lot less expensive.
What is that? The Zone? What is that?
It's the new like provider for all NFL content.
Really?
That, as far as I don't know if in the States it's the same or if it's just in Canada. But it's even on the PS4 too, so that's easier for me.
Do I even have the NFL Network? I have to.
Like it has NFL Network. It has Hard Knocks. It has every game. Like I've been watching every preseason game on there.
Mm-hmm. Because like I think I have NFL Network, but I don't think I have anything past that. I think my mom actually skipped out on one of these exclusive channels where we would have gotten that, and I was kind of pissed off about that. But
Arian, I actually am subscribed to Italian Football TV. Those guys are pretty cool.
Okay, I do have the NFL Network. All right.
You don't watch the NFL Network. You don't even know you have the NFL Network. What a goober.
I like to call myself a goofball. No, I mean, like, because we just moved a month and a half ago.
Oh,
so
I guess that kind of makes sense, but that would be like one of the first channels I'd check. Be like, Mom, I don't got NFL Network.
I don't have MLB Network though. I'm kind of cheesed about that. And let me address the other one. When we said NBA and MLB, it's like the Attitude Era reviews. They don't get the ratings, bro. Because ratings, bro. So like an NBA video, I don't want to put too much time and effort into a video that gets like 40 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we haven't really touched any baseball.
I'll say this about NBA. Like, I'm a fan of NBA, but like I would rather do personally. I would rather do NFL, NHL, and WWE content than NBA. So I would like. Hopefully, we can get someone that NBA is their first choice and first passion. I can talk about the NBA and I'm knowledgeable about the NBA, but I'm not like a diehard fan.
Yeah.
So
and I think there's better people that do it.
Yeah. So I would rather like get someone to do that. Like the NFL, I could do it like a couple videos a day because I just like it so much. Or like even wrestling, as much as it sucks, I'm still doing it.
Yeah. So, like Mike Korzemba like makes videos that I could fucking dream about. Like those NBA content, they're so good. Like, and then with NFL, it's like we can produce good content about that as much as we want to. We do WWE still. We
actually had a comment that actually I was very happy about. The guy said this is the best place for NFL content.
I love that.
That was a very nice comment.
Somebody in one of my video today, they said that I love this guy's videos, and I was like, you know what? I appreciate that.
You know what? I like this guy.
I like that.
I like it.
Just brings up the tattoo. I'm like,
all right, how's your boss doing?
How's my boss doing? He gave me more days. I mean, I went from having $40 check to $180 check this week. So,
you know what I could try and get?
What?
I could try and get the return of Mike.
You think that's gonna work?
I could try and get him on reviews.
You still think that's gonna work?
What do you mean?
I don't know, man.
I may have a couple people.
I don't think the guy likes me anymore.
We may have a couple people.
Well, you don't even do SmackDown, so I mean, he could do SmackDown.
Yeah, that's true.
Or NXT or whatever he likes.
We can definitely do.
Maybe we could throw in TNA or whatever the fuck he's watching. ROH. He watches ROH. He watches New Japan. He was freaking out about the Omega Okada, so maybe we'll throw that on there.
Well, I would love to see you and him debate about Omega Okada because
we had a heated debate one time on Facebook.
I remember this exact debate because you sent it.
Oh my god! You can talk about it, Dylan. I don't even really remember, but it was pretty heated.
No, it was just like I don't know what was being talked about. It was something like you brought up a wrestler, and then he said this guy from Japan's way better, and then it was like, boom.
Okay, speaking in Japan, did you hear Dave Meltzer's like comments on Shawn Michaels?
He's not top 30 all time, bro.
What? Kev, how do you defend that?
Like
I can't. I'm not defending it.
Well, you're a Dave Meltzer fan.
I don't know what. I never heard him say it, so I don't know what.
No, he tweets it. Do you follow him on Twitter?
I don't follow him. I don't follow him regularly, but I mean, I've seen his tweets. Did he?
Yeah, it's just like I don't get it. Like, how could you even say that? How could you even say that?
And it's not like he watched this guy this entire time. Like he's grown up with him, or not grown up with him, but like watched him as Shawn Michaels started and ended his career. And he knows so many facts, right? He's just the greatest man with knowledge and facts, and he's worked more hours than Vince fucking McMahon and whatever. But yet he says Shawn Michaels is not top 30 all time. Get the fuck out of here. You're not even a real journalist. Like that's so fucking like bullshit. Arian says, aren't you a billionaire, Dylan? I mean,
okay, here we go. Dave Meltzer, new tweet.
Oh god.
Meltzer and Baron Corbin got into it.
Oh, yes. That was amazing.
Hilarious.
Okay.
You're gonna play the Meltzer clip.
Someone said, is it safe to say Omega Okada is a better trilogy than Austin Rock? And Dave Meltzer says, this is actually a good answer, okay? Yeah, but this is not a good answer, but this is a respectful answer.
This is a good Dave Meltzer answer.
Yeah. Depends what you're judging it on. In ring, there's no one better.
I watched the Omega Okada, the third match, and I just felt like I do enjoy Kenny Omega. I think, when you hear people like Austin has said this, and others have said it other than Meltzer, that Omega is the best wrestler in the world. I think you have to take that and say, okay, there's some legitimacy to it. And I'm not so.
If he's the best wrestler in the world, why isn't he in WWE?
Because I think he can make more money in Japan right now than he can in
But Japan doesn't even pull that many viewers, though.
He's selling out the Tokyo Dome. They're going to North America. He's going to be the big star. So right now, he's probably better off, honestly, in Japan. What I didn't
That's
like
fine. Like, maybe he pulls the fan base better there. That's fine. But, like...
but my problem with the Omega Okada third match, and I know people liked it, but it really felt like it was a bit of a spot fest. Like, I'm not... Like, I understand why people are enjoying it, but there was when I was watching, it was like, okay, he is like, I'm being super critical. I'm gonna wait for him to do his sunset flip, and then Okada's gonna do the sunset flip, and I'm just gonna kick out. It didn't feel like an actual match in some ways.
I just don't respect anything this guy says. Not
Who? Meltzer?
Dave Meltzer.
I do.
Yeah. Same as me.
The match, there's no comparison.
No, I just don't like it because like he doesn't say facts. He just says whatever his opinion is. It's not if he says, okay, in my opinion, Okada Omega is better, and he actually stated the reasons why. But instead, he says everything as if it's a fact, and that's what I.
But bro. I've worked more hours, bro, than Vince McMahon, bro. Like,
why do you keep saying bro like you're Vince Russo?
Because I'm just making it as funny as possible, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this guy made a company. You've never worked for any of these companies in your life.
Well, he established a newsletter that's getting.
That's probably the. He's a joke.
I wouldn't call him a joke. Like,
congratulations, you rated matches before everybody else.
Who rates matches?
Well, we rate Raw. We rate Raw.
Well, yeah, but
standpoint.
Yeah, I'm not rating it because of how good Finny Balor's match was tonight. Like, I'm not. That's not how it works.
That's like rating Game of Thrones. Like, yeah, I thought this was a great episode. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
which is what I hear on Twitter every week.
I do think he's gotten the ear of a number of people and has been able to get some respect in WWE. And probably because he keeps secrets and he knows stuff and doesn't say it. I think in terms of his journalistic integrity, I think he has it more than some of the other dirt sheets out there.
I just don't like dirt sheets in general.
No.
And then I see Dave Meltzer as like the head, Mr. Magoo.
I just feel like they make everyone they talk about look like the worst person. It's like TMZ to me. I hate TMZ too.
I hate that shit. It's fucking awful. And then it's just like he treats everything like Mitch said as the complete fact. Like, man, if you don't agree with my opinions, you're a fucking moron. And then I'm like, you don't build anything off facts. You just state shit that comes out of your ass. Bro, Baron Corbin is the example of why WWE has a fetish with tall people. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Explain to me what the fascination is with that. That is so fucking stupid. The answer to what WWE Boy's question is yes, I do work at Whataburger. That is the answer to that question.
And, yeah, I have Snapchat, but I don't use it. So
I don't either, really.
I use it just it's just God.
I don't want to be bombarded with Snapchats that I don't answer. So then you'll be like, why isn't he answering me? It's like because I don't answer these Snapchats. I don't answer anyone's Snapchats. But the only thing I'll get like sometimes if I get a Snapchat, I'll comment back. Like I'll say like in the word part. I won't like even take a picture. Or if I'm at like a really special event like WrestleMania, a concert, a game, I'll post it on my story. That's it.
Yeah, I do that before. I just do it to joke around because those are like my close friends mostly. But yeah, I'm just still stuck about that Meltzer Magoo response. He's got me heated. Can we return? By the way, I want you guys to comment below. All right, I know this is an aftermath show, but can we bring back Idiots of the IWC episode 3?
Oh, I mean, I said this. We need
that
to,
would be,
but I don't think we should do it with the same people that Russo does it with. Even though we had the idea first, I would like to say. we should do it with YouTubers.
Yes. Now the first one's gonna get us a lot more heat, but
I think it would be fun if we just said it in a playful way. I think, but then again, people take this shit too seriously.
The first two were not playful.
but honestly, though, like it would. I think it would just get even if it gets us heat, people can watch the video anyways.
Hey, it was some of the most entertaining 2 videos I made because the first one was just a read along of this. I don't even. The guy blocked me on Twitter and then the Bottom Line View Twitter, so it's not like he's gonna see this.
Hey, you got the heat for Jim Cornette. I actually thought it was going to get more heat.
Awesome.
It was.
I thought it was because I said worse stuff about Jim Cornette than you did. You asked what his accomplishments was. I actually listed his accomplishments as nothing.
Because here's the thing, 25. I would say 25% of the people that responded to that tweet actually gave me a legitimate answer. And I appreciated those people, right? They're like, he was manager here.
But they never gave you a legitimate answer. That's the funny part.
And then the 75% were like, you're a fucking faggot. You don't know where Jim Cornette was. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm like, are you going to answer the question or are you just going to tell me I'm a faggot and move on? Like, I really hated those comments. And it only – go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Elite Alex Show. He says, I trained for 1 month in pro wrestling, but left to get in shape and gain weight going back in November. Good luck, Alex.
Good luck.
He also says that he's a YouTuber. I'll have to check out his YouTube.
Please tell Samoa Joe to do the same. And,
Edgar says, is Whataburger overrated?
You know what, buddy? Just leave.
I thought he said Roethlisberger. I was like, yes! Yes! Yes!
Whataburger is delicious, man. I mean, fuck In-N-Out Burger. Like, they are just the most.
We don't have Whataburger in Canada.
I don't think so.
I've been to
In-N-Out Burger because we don't have that either. But Whataburger, I've never been to Whataburger.
It's a strictly Texas thing. So, if you go I guess is it Oklahoma too? I don't know, but you guys got to come down. I mean, I should have gotten you some Whataburger the last time you were down here, Mitch, but I guess that didn't happen.
You would have just got fucking chicken and fries anyways.
Let me bring this story up because we keep telling each other this. So all throughout the Florida trip.
Okay, I have one more thing to talk about, then we're getting done with this aftermath show.
Okay, so we get to Florida, and all I fucking need is chicken. It wasn't really my fault. I mean, they didn't really offer a lot there. I'm just going to be honest. We first get to the McDonald's, got to get those chicken nuggets. Why? Because they're lit. And then the Hall of Fame, wherever arena we were in those couple of nights, there wasn't good food. There was not good food in there. So I had to get chicken strips. The only time I will say I didn't have it was when we went to WrestleMania. Got those Little Caesars pizzas. Those were 5 stars. But I did eat High Hop twice and got, what was it, chicken and waffles. So 5 stars. What's the last thing you were going to say, Mitch? What's the last point you're going to bring up?
I'm watching this guy's video, bro.
Oh. Holy shit, we got 6 likes and 6 dislikes on this video.
Yeah, that was from those random accounts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Anyways, I was going to talk about aftermath. Kev knows what I'm talking about.
Yes. Jackie Redmond, yes.
Okay, Jackie Redmond. I like Jackie Redmond.
She's on SportsCenter a lot.
Yes.
Like, you can almost call her redneck.
She's good. I mean, she's not great, but she's good. But the show, man. They talk about the show like it's real. And it just
they used to have when Renee and Arno Raquel.
Yeah, I like Santino Marella. I usually watch it before SmackDown just because it's like I'm waiting for the show. And
wait, what is Aftermath?
It's a Canadian pre-show for SmackDown, and they talk about the show like it's real.
Well, and it's
so
the
they
same
talk about the show as if it's like, okay, imagine a pre-show for Game of Thrones or Flash or something like that, like a regular TV show, and they preview the show as if it's like the same as that, or as if it's a real sporting event.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like Jimmy Corderas is on it. Some random guy like Mark, Who is that guy?
Nug the Knob. Is it Nug?
The big
Comedian?
guy?
I think it's
Marky
Nug.
Mark.
Marky
The
Mark.
big guy?
That's Marky Mark.
Is it Nug? He's big. He's like big.
That's probably Nug.
Yeah, and Jackie Redmond's usually on it. They had Ty Dillinger on it for an interview this last week. It just
is it like the same equivalent to the bring it to the table thing that they do on the network?
No, it's like they have a topic and they're like, what's gonna happen with Bray Wyatt this week? Or like, what's gonna be, like, what are they doing with Dean Ambrose? And they talk about like they do like a review or like a preview as if we would do a preview, but it's like it's real. You know what I mean?
That was where Renee Young got her start.
Really?
Yes. She's Renee Paquette. She is the founding hosts were Mauro Ranallo, Ardo Cal, and Renee Paquette. Ardo Cal was what's his name? What was his name in WWE? I can't remember now.
Ardo Cal. Fucking Christ. I know that name because he was on the Law. That was what I remember him for. He had some kind of weird name. I'm surprised Renee Young has not gone to ESPN at this point. I thought they were really scouting her at one point, but guess not.
Does she even like sports?
Oh yeah, I mean I thought she
was just a wrestling girl.
I think that was my understanding.
And because she was, I read her like Wikipedia. It said she was a comedian. And she went to Sportsnet or Sports, the Score at the time to do wrestling.
Right. That's weird. That's interesting.
Like, I don't know about, like, that's the same with, like, Kathy Kelly is on the Score, but she's not, or on Sportsnet 360, but she doesn't work for Sportsnet 360. She works for WWE.
Yeah.
And she was actually supposed to get her own show about NXT, but they canceled that because nobody really watches it anymore.
I was cheesed. I saw that the other day. I was like, why are they taking her away from my programming? I mean, at least we have her amazing Instagram. Holy shit. I think that's going to do it for this episode of The Aftermath.
And I think the message you got here is if you don't follow Kathy Kelly on Instagram, you probably should.
And fuck Dave Meltzer. So thank you guys for watching.
Not me. I don't. Yeah.
Well,
shout out to all the people that stayed around for the Aftermath show. Chauncey, Alex,
actually got more
Edgar, Arian.
Yeah. We actually acquired 3 more viewers from the start of Aftermath to the end of Aftermath. So I appreciate that.
Flossie, bro. Let's ask Flossie right now.
Yeah.
Flossie, should we do GM mode right now? If he says yes, then we're going on. If he says no. Flossie Ash is a big fan of GM mode.
Huge fan. I gotta know, bro. I'm going to get this tattoo tomorrow. I gotta get the right time. I want to get some sleep.
Okay, let's go over this tattoo. Like, seriously, we need to go over it. What are you getting in the tattoo?
Because you're not gonna like it. I know
while you're talking. I'll be right back.
Are you getting the original Brahma Bull?
That would be great. But I was cheesed when The Rock changed it up. Okay.
At first I was like, oh man, like that's like classic. But then after I was like, well, I mean, it makes sense, and it's his decision, and it's like it's the evolution of it. And I think it actually looks probably better with the sleeves on both sides, but I don't know.
It looks really cool. It's great tattoo. It's just the nostalgia factor of me like seeing the Brahma Bull so much. No, it's gonna be right here. It's gonna be on the upper arm, and it's gonna be prayer hands. It's gonna be the Drake,
and it's gonna be the beads.
No.
How many people have got that freaking tattoo?
A lot of people. It's gonna be the Drake prayer hands. It's got the 6 up front, and then it's gonna have cursing underneath of more life. And first off, before anybody comments,
why are you getting a Drake tattoo?
No. It's not just a Drake tattoo. Okay, I have to explain this because I know a lot of people are gonna give me flack for it. It's a tattoo for God. He has a symbolism for me in multiple ways. It's music. It's about preaching more life because more life is a big thing. The people you support are the big keys. The fans.
It's a Drake tattoo. It's okay.
It's not just a Drake tattoo. It's like the 5th layer of a tattoo. It's the Drake factor. It's the underlying theme of a big story.
So first you get a WrestleMania chair. Now you get a Drake tattoo. What's worse, bro?
It's not a Drake tattoo. It's not just a Drake tattoo, I should say. It has more themes. than that. Kevin's not even going to respond because he knows these are great decisions.
All right.
And I did tell my mom, okay? Before
Arian, I unblocked you. You follow me. What the fuck are you talking about?
I did tell her about this.
I blocked you because you were irritating me. That's why.
There's your answer. And she did agree with this. She was cool with it. So there you go.
Yeah, I guess she's a fan of Drake.
She did listen to a Drake song. It's called Tuesday. It's it's an artist featuring Drake. She's like,
Growing up on a Tuesday, that one?
Yeah, that one. And she's like, what the fuck is this?
Trust me, I hear every Drake song. I live in Canada. And I'm going to be living in Toronto, so I'll hear
you got we got to get an interview, bro. We got to get an interview.
Gotta get an interview with Drake.
Okay. I remember I listened to Adosa Buckley, so I heard the fact that you guys got to play 20 minutes of Canadian radio an hour, and I'm like,
yes, sir.
So it's basically Drake.
Yes, we do.
Weekend, Bieber, Drake.
Weekend, yeah, those three.
Who else? There's one more that I'm forgetting. Like, huge one that I'm forgetting, but I don't
know. Yeah. Actually, also, if you work at a Canadian radio station, you actually have to write down what Canadian content you have played. You have to prove it.
Really? Oh, but yeah, because I guess you unlawfully say you played it, but you know.
No.
Everybody's ripping Drake in the comments section.
They're flaming him? Of course they are. I'm not surprised by that. Again, by the way, it's my decision. I mean, somebody the tattoos.
Hopefully we get a free concert at Ryerson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's alumni.
He comes every 2 years.
Stream that concert. Oh my goodness. He's also my biggest musical inspiration. I've listened to his music more than probably anybody.
You say inspiration as if you're like a rapper.
Dilly Vanilli is coming back with more heat. WWE Boy has wanted this freestyle for like 8 years. I'm not gonna give it, but I mean, I've listened to his music probably more than anybody else, maybe besides Guns N' Roses. It's between those two, which is a very weird.
That's a very strange mix.
That's an interesting combination.
I mean, you remember the tweet I sent out a couple weeks ago? I mean, I listened to like back to back. It was Houston, Atlanta, Vegas by Drake and November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
You did say that.
They were bangers, and I'm like, straight heat, man. So, what did Flossie Ash say? Did he say yes or no?
I don't know if he said anything, but Chauncey said in caps, "Yes, please do GMO."
Okay. How many episodes? How many weeks?
And Arian said Locksmith is GOAT.
Oh my god! Now you're the Dave Meltzer of rap over here.
Oh my god, that's Marks right there. All right.
I'm gonna leave GMO for you. So yeah, everybody, thank you guys for watching GM mode. Or not GM.
This is
aftermath before.
Pre-GM mode.
The better aftermath.
Yeah, the better aftermath. We need to cut this part of the video like from the aftermath and make it its own separate video on top of it for more.
Okay, you can do that, Dylan.
I don't even. Yeah, I guess I could. It'd have to be uploaded tomorrow, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Stay tuned for GM mode later tonight. Peace.
Peace.